Ford C Channel.
Hey, there we go.
Now it's working.
Now it's working.
What are we doing?
Who's that guy?
That's you.
Hopefully everybody catches up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we had it.
Hey, we're live.
We are live.
You probably this
You know
one.
what?
Well, remember we had 4 chairs, so we'd all be the same height, and then Jay broke.
It had a rusty leg.
You've got a rusty leg.
You've got a rusty leg.
I'll show you my rusty leg.
Oh no.
Man, well, where's everybody at? Well, we had 2 people in here chilling and 0
Say
thumbs up.
something. Heathens, assemble.
Sorry, it took an extra 11 minutes of technical difficulties.
Yeah.
They wouldn't go live for some reason.
What was the technical difficulty?
It was just the computer.
Yeah, I had to reset it. Who knows?
Really?
Yeah. Computer had COVID-14.
COVID.
Look at that sweet banner in the background. Hey,
Can
HRA.
you see it? Oh, yeah, it's right there.
Hey, Bigfoot.
Bigfoot's are in here, Mr. Foot.
Mr. Foot.
We'll kind of wait for a few people to roll back in. I
There we go.
know a lot of you guys were in here right away.
Yeah, I know. It would have been awesome to just go ahead and start the live with like 35 people.
Yeah.
This was something like we just impromptu threw together.
Yeah.
I
Like
should
over
have
the
my
phone.
ear.
Yeah. Thanks for coming here, Dallas, by the way.
No problem. I appreciate you guys having me.
It's been a
I
lot
mean,
of fun. So,
there's a lot of soda.
yeah, the soda.
Wobbly pop.
Well, it's an honor for us, actually.
Yeah, to be honest. Yeah.
Here we go. They're rolling in. We got,
Oh, Doty's,
All right.
he's
There we
bringing
go.
him over, huh?
Doty's Adventures,
Who's-
Peckerwood Custom.
Who's Rob Z?
Rob's Uncle Rob.
Yeah, we should give you guys the
Peckerwood
lowdown
Customs.
as you're piling in. Hey, we went to do live and it just stuck with the circle of death. I guess the ring of death,
Yeah.
right?
just
Give them the other lowdown as to why you were here with us live.
I came up to Iowa to drop off some equipment for the track over in Humboldt. And I figured since I'm in the area, why not stop by my favorite Iowan's place?
Apparently, we're the only YouTube channel in Iowa.
There's got to be at least 2 more.
Junkyard Dicks.
Thunderhead.
The McDonald's
January.
for Machine, Wisconsin.
Yeah, we're sitting in the parking lot of McDonald's right now using their Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Don't start. Don't.
Oh,
don't.
should we drop the green screen and go ahead and go right to the McDonald's?
We do have it behind us. That's terrible. We are not
Hey,
in the
Dodge
McDonald's parking
Whisperer.
lot.
Ruben, how you doing, buddy?
Jerry
Raker,
Racing says they're
Raker.
from Iowa. Isn't that from Iowa?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Ricky and his dad.
Are they close
Hey,
by?
Ricky.
They're not too far.
Yeah, they're about an hour and a half away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
not bad.
Over down the valley, the other valley.
We're going to start racing at Tri-State this year.
Nope.
And they talk a lot
Oh, Jay, are you coming
Rob
next
Z.
weekend to Test and Tune?
spider running around.
That means you let it sit too long.
Right.
But,
The spider's drinking all your beer.
Good,
You
dude.
guys get ticks up here?
Right.
Really?
There you go.
Yeah. They all die in the winter, then they regenerate during the spring.
Right.
you can catch yourself some Lyme disease up here.
That's all right.
Okay. Keep up reading, Jay. Jay, we will be there next Sunday. Absolutely.
The
Rot to Rat says there's Torque Fest is upcoming, or this upcoming weekend.
Oh, that's right.
We
right.
will be there.
Are you familiar with Torque Fest?
No.
Oh,
It's
it's
kind of that not
rockabilly.
rockabilly type culture.
Okay.
So, and then the
50s,
cars, there'll probably be like 300 cars in the show, and they're kind of rat rod-ish or
Right.
whatever, but it's billed as an old-fashioned car show.
Okay.
Yes.
Pinup girls, metal flake paint,
NSB.
pinstripes.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Hey, Ed's Machine,
I'm by.
thanks for stopping by. Rat to Rat, Torque Fest, Torque Fest this weekend. And we're going to go to that. So, or wait, are we going to go to it? I'm not sure. I can't
Yes,
remember.
we are.
We are?
Yes.
I thought we were going to it, but we were going to say that we're not going to
Oh, yeah. Because
We're not going.
it.
We're not going booth number 25,
Yeah.
row 6.
Yeah. right.
Hey, Ruben, how are you doing? I'm doing good. All right.
Ruben,
So-
the car sounds great.
So the car sounded really good. once you got her, tweaked, right?
She seems to whap very nicely.
Morning Wood. I like saying that because he's in Australia, so it's morning. His name is Peckerwood, so I shorten it to Wood, and then I just say Morning Wood.
Sweet.
Right? What?
That's you.
He gets
brother.
a kick out of it.
You know,
Shut up.
Last year I had to announce at Larry Jeffers track at Jeffers Motorsports Park.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Here, just talk in the mic. It's not that hard, right?" So me and Larry started talking back and forth, and there was a Camaro, like a '68 Camaro convertible.
Sure.
It was a race car.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it started off as the drop top Camaro, and by the end of the night, it was the panty dropper.
Oh,
Jesus.
And there was
Playing
people
some
getting
Billy
on the
Squire.
This is great, man. Why you guys should do this more often?
Yeah, we got John Wilburn here.
Mr.
Playing-
Wilburn.
Playing Hail to the
Oh.
Chief. The president
The
is
great
here.
and powerful.
Yeah.
the great and powerful Will.
So, okay, you guys that don't know, Dallas Brown is the president of the AHRA. And maybe in simple layman terms that a second grade hippie could understand, what does that mean? What is the history of the AHRA?
Well, the AHRA dates back to like 1956, right? But
right.
they normally had an elected president. And then in later years, like 62, when Jim Tice took over the association, he was essentially appointed the president and stayed the president. I've just been the default president since we resurrected it.
Right.
So,
In 17 or what?
yeah, late 17. So December 17 is when we kicked
So
it off.
like Dallas Castro.
Yeah, not so I guess dictatorish.
But more for the people.
Yeah.
The whole idea is just to bring it back for the regular guy.
The guys that work in the garage, something probably like this, right?
Yeah, regular person's house with a regular person's garage with a regular person's budget, just enjoying what they do, right? So, and that's what it's all about.
Hey, Ryan.
Steal AHRA merch.
We're not telling no
In the
lies.
background.
Peckerwood is laughing at Jeremy.
What?
Job Z. You guys find a piston? No, we didn't find a piston.
Oh, we got one.
Yeah, we got one.
we found it.
Yeah, we found that one. Let's see. John Wilburn. Can I make a call out on your video, Blake?
Sure.
Yep. Have at it.
Wilbur.
Yeah, you're blue with a wrench, so you can do whatever you want to do. Right? Clint Street Machine says, hello, everybody.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Redbeard's in here. He's got a badass demon. I see NSB Customs in here with their badass dart. Those are going to be some weapons at No Name Nationals.
Yeah, they are.
Serious machines, right?
Mhm.
Have these guys
Weapons.
called anybody out yet?
I know NSB called out Bigfoots and Mopars because he's got the Jack Pine Savage with the big block
Oh,
in it.
right.
Really nice shiny car with the big block.
Right.
So that should
Duddy,
be
Duddy
good
wants to
news.
remind everybody, the routine, hit the like button. They did it on the
For
last
sure.
Duddy doesn't have to
two
sell
lives.
shirts anymore.
And Duddy doesn't have to tell,
Yeah,
sell
Duddy.
t-shirts
Duddy, you
anymore.
were so close. You were so close, dude.
So
His
sure.
goal was to sell 10,000 of our dart shirts. If he sold 10,000 of them, Journey would pull his motor out of his car and give it to him. Well,
Oh,
he
now
so
he's got a
happens
motor.
to go to the junkyard.
Oh,
He
yeah.
ends up luckily buying a stroker motor.
Well,
I've
I
seen this,
actually,
yeah.
yeah.
I actually changed it. I didn't
Aaron
tell
says
anybody,
hi, girls. Biggie
Hi.
Annie.
but Duddy, I changed it to 10 shirts. You were so close.
He was at 4.
You were so
He was
close.
at 4.
But you're not a shirt salesman no more. So what do I do?
Well, when I go to the junkyard, this happens to me every time. Last time I went there and I got a motor, it was like $100 or something. And it was a top fuel dragster motor. That was how it went for me, unfortunately. But I live with it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you don't turn
Who
that.
gets a freaking stroker motor from the junkyard?
Oh.
The guy that hurts himself
What?
every day. It finally pays off.
Read it.
What's that?
To make callouts, you must submit your 2022 tax returns prior to call out in a 7-page letter on why
You like rainbows?
in a 30 video on your
Probably a 30-minute video.
30-minute video. Okay, whatever.
That's good, Ruben.
That's
Oh
pretty funny.
my.
Winning comment of the night.
Someone give Ruben $1.
Well,
AD. Not Mr. Ed,
Oh, Streetcar
Mr.
Chronicles
Wilburn.
and NSB are running? Oh, I haven't seen
yeah.
that video.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, that's what he says right
Well,
there.
Streetcar Chronicles are going to be there. You just got tunnel ramp, dual quad.
Well, he's saying right there that him and NSB are running. I haven't seen the call out video, and it's not that I don't watch your videos anymore. It's that when you log into YouTube and you type in No Name Nationals, you can't just get like the first 3 videos.
It goes like this.
It's literally like pages and pages and pages of videos.
It's hard to keep.
So
up
it makes
on
it hard as
everything.
hell just to find anything.
I would almost say it was slightly trendy.
It's trendy.
Somewhat,
It is.
yeah.
Yeah.
For
So
someone
if you
just
want to do a
starting.
call out, here's my plan. When I get back, I should be back Sunday night. So Monday I got to take care of something for another race at a different track. But Tuesday on, I'd like to start doing promotional flyers for the call outs that have happened for No Name Nationals.
Yes.
Right? I actually have all the stuff. So you're going to have, and that way you can pass them around, share them around amongst your friends.
Right.
It's going to be the Woodstock of drag racing.
Oh.
It is going to be great.
And I can't say that I came up with that. 2 Hacks has been saying that for a long time.
Dude, did you see the
Oh,
T-Rex
yeah.
decal?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
so
that-
cool.
that's
I
pretty
got it on
cool.
the back of my truck, man.
Did
Jeff
you?
sent me one of those. That's a bitch of decal.
Yeah, that is
You
nice.
got to hook them up with some of the after-hour decals that we got.
Oh, they're on my card.
What?
Oh, no.
Oh, Ooh, ouch.
Well,
Bad tree titties.
Those people back there don't like those decals.
Muscle City Madness
You said
says
too much.
Streetcar Chronicles last video is Blockbuster. Bro.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
1 o'clock in the morning in Guatemala.
Oh,
So,
God.
Guatemala
Streets.
again?
Yeah.
I love going there for street
Oh,
races.
They're
Pretty fun.
daylight in front tires.
This time of the
on,
year,
on the
too.
In
road.
Guatemala.
On the road.
Setting up a
Unprepped
live
road.
is difficult, and much like Jeremy's 402 and Blake's 360, the first 2 failed. But what doesn't fail is get your Jabo t-shirts now.
Man, he's pushing up some merch.
He's like a marketing genius.
I want to make a Dodge Whisperer t-shirt where it's a side profile of him doing this.
Well, I like so Duddy.
Whispering. Oh, I love
Duddy
that.
is all about off-road Dodge stuff, right?
Right,
and
right,
now
right.
we've got him into the No Name
And
Nationals.
now
He's
he's
doing.
sucked into
This looks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, once he goes
You
down
know-
the track, he'll never have an off-road something again.
You know what? My oldest boy, every time I watch a Duddy video, it starts out with Duddy's Adventure Racing Team dart.
Okay.
Oh,
And my oldest boy goes, oh, Dad, he's got a dart too. And I'm like, God, Duddy!
damn you, Tony.
Every time. He picks on me about it.
Man.
Bro,
So
he
he
does.
went from a locked up 318 that like literally was a
Yeah.
paperweight
Yeah.
to a stroker 408
Yeah.
in a matter of
Steve.
minutes.
Stolen horsepower.
Jabo, how much is
I don't
the
know.
D100
Yeah,
going to
lucky.
weigh,
That's lucky.
roughly?
That's awesome.
Well, I don't know about the D100, but I do know the D50 is roughly 2,600 pounds. Is that correct?
Shut up! It is not 20.
It's 27.
I will buy.
With Jay in it's 29.
With Jay, and it's never mind.
Shut up. Okay. Yeah. How much is the D100? Yeah, the D100. It's not there is no D100. There's a D200 that weighs what, 40.
The D200 should have been driving around right now, but somebody decided to, well, not somebody.
Bust
but,
a motor.
Somebody decided to remodel the block with an extra window.
yeah.
Dodge Whisperer says stroker life is the hippie way. Yes.
What was that? The little cut on Duddy's video today when he was working on his car on the Dart
Yeah.
on that lift, which we don't have a
Hey,
one,
Beamer
but
and Sons.
whatever. And then
You see,
Dodge
Streetcar
whispers in the
Chronicles right there
background.
says
He's
that,
laughing because Duddy's
it's
dropping
top
shit.
secret info here, but my Concho is going to have a new look at No Name Nationals.
Uh-oh.
I don't, can it be better than what it
I don't
already
know.
is?
Is he going to put a green vinyl top on it?
I love
You think so?
No, yeah, I know so.
You do,
Oh,
huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the DL.
It sounds like some top secret stuff there. So
We won't say.
NSB Custom Car says a Playboy paint scheme would be epic. I would think that the vinyl top would be pretty badass. On
Well,
Yeah.
you know how you'd win a lot of races? Put a naked chick on the back of your car. They won't want to leave first.
Right.
They must want to check out the picture.
Yeah.
I remember back in like 1971, I was living in Des Moines, My next door neighbor had a 1968 Dodge Charger. It was white with a black vinyl roof. He was an artist, and he painted the Playboy bunny, the lop ear,
Right.
that graphic on the vinyl top. His mom made him take it off.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's how things were back then.
Remember the mod top? Didn't they have a mod
Oh,
top?
yeah.
Like
Sure.
all the Dodges that had.
Well,
Yeah.
we had a dumb idea.
We got moss on the top of the Barracuda. We call it the Morgan Freeman mod top because it looks like a bunch of freckles.
That's terrible.
It's not
And
right.
anytime a bad storm comes through, we're all like, should we
Did it
cover
wash
the
it
tarp?
off? Yeah.
It's still there.
I still think if you can find a roll of that 70s wallpaper, you just
Oh, yeah.
put it right on top of the car, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
That's what it looked like.
Yeah, like orange and yellows and
Yes.
little flowers and
Some brown branches on
Some
there.
Some
contact.
brown branches.
Blow some
on there.
cigarette smoke at it, give it that nice orange tint.
Yeah.
Like you took it right out of the VFW.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Give it that drips.
Redbeard says, "Man, I really can't wait to hang out with y'all."
Hey, Shop Cat.
Oh, we were already talking
Yeah.
today about how awesome it's going to be there.
Oh, it's going to be great.
Please put a straight accent.
Oh, Duddy.
Duddy.
The mic
Yeah.
on, Joe.
He says, coming from Duddy's Adventure, who's your mod here?
Yeah.
Right? It says
Right.
Duddy's Adventure Racing Team is the peak of racing.
But bad reproductions is a close seconds, only because of windowed blocks and ground lifters, BTP merch.
Oh, you didn't go shopping at his junkyard.
No, we need to.
No,
Sure.
Yeah.
Here, Dallas, I got something for you quick.
Oh.
oh, Raker's in here. Hey, Ed's in here too.
Yeah.
What are you looking for, Blakey?
Oh, I know right where it's at.
Oh no.
Right here.
What is it, bud?
Oh, you'll see.
Oh no.
Man, we need to chew on some of that food, huh?
Good.
I
Yeah,
put
that-
windows and blocks, and Jeremy does this.
Oh, jeez.
That's a 15-mile lifter.
Yeah,
They
15
only went
miles.
15 miles? That was it? That was a cam.
Hello.
There's
Hey,
no
Brian.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Round.
I'm not gonna name names. It was a comp lifter. Sorry, I am gonna name names. Jesus Christ.
Beamer and Son says, "Cheers, Blake. You guys are the coolest."
Well, at least it
Appreciate
at
it.
least it shaved it evenly, right? Like where you could pull it out of the block and you didn't have to force it back down.
Oh, that had to go out the other way.
Did it have to go down?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Actually, that was one of them. There was two.
Oh, dude. Adjacent to each other? Right next to each other?
Nope. One on one side, one on the other side, front to back.
Oh. Well, that means it's definitely not the oiling system. Then. It had to be something with the
Never
heat
lost oil pressure.
treat- heat treat
Never.
on the lifters.
I'm thinking the heat treat was so thin. That cam ran for quite a few miles in the car. Spun a rod bearing, pulled the cam, pulled everything apart, saved everything, put it right in order, put it right back in, and then went 15 miles. And I had two straight pipes in the car.
Right.
And I
Oh,
could
it sounded tough.
blatantly hear
Oh, Brian.
one
Brian
side.
standing on
I'm
the
like,
duster.
there's
All
only
right.
three.
Hi, Sherry.
It was bad.
Jeremy, grab a Vegemite while you're in there.
Dodges are-
Oh, no.
No. Barry tried to give Dallas a Vegemite sandwich.
No,
he
no.
knows what it's about.
Yeah.
He spent a considerable amount of time in
I had some
Australia.
experience with the
So
Vegemite
did you
sandwich.
just not put enough or put
Put it
the
in
least
beer.
amount?
It goes great in beer.
Really?
No,
I
it doesn't.
know.
No, it doesn't go
It doesn't go great on anything.
I'll do it for the
Broken
stream.
glass.
Parody.
No.
Anybody else need a
Yeah,
drink?
it goes good with broken glass.
Anybody else need another one?
I'll take
Yeah.
another one. Yep.
Okay, you record?
You bet. Yep.
Okay. You need one?
No, I just cracked one. Thank you.
It's
I
still
don't know
not-
why you're playing the waiter. You should be the guest.
Oh, because I was going over there to see the teleport
Oh,
machine.
thanks. Teleportation
The
device.
teleportation device.
Yeah. Dude, I was so drunk when I came up with formula to get that thing going that
You don't remember how it works?
I only shared it with like two people, and it was Streetcar Chronicles and Duddy's Adventures, and I forgot. I got to just hit my head again.
Duddy,
Did-
yeah.
Did Aaron teleport that Vegemite through the fridge? No, he sent it via old fashioned mail.
Yeah, snail mail, yeah.
So it's spoiled. That's why it tastes so terrible.
It just, no, it's
That
not.
must be why, right?
It's not
There's got
fresh.
to be a reason.
It tastes like a hippie's foot.
I think, whoa.
What are you
Don't
guys
ask me
doing
how I
out
know
there?
Man,
that
was it at least a female hippie's foot?
would be worse.
Hey,
John-
Ed's machine.
John Cope Racing Transmission. Hello, fellas.
Hey, John.
Hey, John.
John
Thanks for
Cope?
stopping in.
Oh,
You got it in the bolt
Greg
action.
McDonald says I need a ghost pepper chip to be officially
Oh,
accepted as a
no.
BTP member.
Oh,
I can't do that. There's no way. I'm
don't
gonna tell you right now, I
do
can't
it. Don't do
I'm
it.
the biggest.
Don't
wuss
do
when
it.
it comes to hot stuff like that.
he's not going to do it. You don't have to talk him
Yeah,
out of
don't do it. Don't make him
do
do
it.
it, Blake.
Don't do it.
Mr. Cole, by the way,
I'm
I'm
assuming those are the
loving
ones
your
in the
valve
package
body.
that's like says do not
1.8
eat
Yeah.
million viscosity.
Yeah. It was
I
like
hate
two
one. That's one of
point,
our better videos.
point something, yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
alive
Mr.
with
Cole,
me
I
here on the
love that
ground dying.
valve body.
If I
First
die on the
next
floor
one.
right here during this live, the No Name Nationals is over, guys. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen.
No, it's not. The purse just increased because we're going to take your will money.
That's what you should do. Is you put me in a glass sarcophagus
There you go.
and just have me displayed.
Why don't you have a koozie? They
Send
want
you
to
on
know.
the track.
Mhm.
Because I don't. You stole it.
This ain't right.
Tom Muse says I'm Dallas is stopping by to show them guys how a sailor can drink.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
hell yeah.
And to tell you the truth, I'm not even keeping up with these guys.
We started yesterday.
Yeah, they had a day ahead on me.
Well, I talked to
In
you
a
on the
way.
phone
Yeah,
this morning. Hey, Dallas.
I had beers
Yeah, I
yeah,
was up till
yesterday.
4:30 in the morning.
yeah, drinking.
You need to go to an IHOP.
That's what I told him. Go get some greasy food.
I'm like, wait till you come to our town.
Oh, Two Hacks is in the house.
Hey, two hacks.
Twin hacker.
So go over to John at Cope Racing Transmission. Check out some of his videos. He's got some really informative.
For sure.
Well,
I mean,
Buy his
He's
valve
not-
bodies.
John Wilbur
Well,
said that he's
absolutely.
going to be coming to the No Name Nationals.
No way.
Oh, that'll be great. That'll be great to meet.
Yeah, John Cope. Awesome valve bodies. The one-
Great people to deal with.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Quality,
And then
quality
they're
stuff.
Mopar or any transmission.
Primarily Mopar. I believe.
Primarily
Yeah,
Mopar.
yeah.
So, like, what is it? Bad fish?
Bad fish, that yellow 68 CUDA, correct me if I'm wrong.
I think
68.
it is. Yeah.
Bitchin' graphic. I seen that at Cordova do wheel stand to the 330 mark.
Wait, is that the World Power Nationals or whatever? Wheel Standing Nationals?
Well, it wasn't. It was at the World Series of drag racing in Cordova, but there was kind of a lull in the action, and a couple guys were like, "Hey, our cars will do wheel stands. You know, if we set them different." I'm like, all right, let's. And these weren't wheel stand cars.
Yeah, John
Or
says
drag cars.
Mopar only.
Doing wheel stands
only,
on
guys.
purpose.
It's not like a Hemi under glass. It's
Yeah.
Okay.
And
blocks up
bad
front.
fish,
Right.
bad fish is like a 330-foot wheelie.
Dude, Cordova's one of my favorite tracks. It's
I
on,
raced
it's on
it.
exit 1.
Yeah.
What is this highway? The interstate that it's on.
61.
No, the
Or no.
interstate that it's on.
Oh, Cordova is on. It's oh shit.
It gets weird right when it gets to Illinois.
You go. Lincoln is right there, and you go south. Well, from here you go.
It's on exit 1, but there's a restaurant there called Brothers Restaurant. Or
Brothers.
Have you ever eaten there?
In Cordova.
It's right there on exit 1 as you're going to the track. It's
Yep.
the first thing you run
Yep.
into.
Yep.
You go there and get there's the thing that I go there and get is the chicken fried steak. It's as big as a plate,
Mhm.
right?
It hangs over the plate.
And then they got a pork chop that's like to die for.
Really?
Been there.
It's good, man.
I
I
Okay,
love that
that's-
restaurant.
Bad Trees Racing, Duddy's Adventure, and the Dodge Whisperer in the No Name Nationals. Show your condolences that they lost and
Oh.
buy some BTP merch.
So
What the
Raker
hell?
SS says that the Power Wheel Standing Championship is at Byron.
Byron, Minnesota is the wheel standing.
Oh
But,
no, it's Byron, Illinois. But I know it would.
or no,
Yeah.
no, Brainerd is Minnesota. Byron, Illinois. The one at Cordova I saw was
The bad fish.
there was a bunch of cars there, but it was just there was a lull in the act. I think something broke or there was a class that couldn't quite go all the way. And for shits and giggles, they did this one year. I did Cordova for 8 or 9 years. Camped every.
Tents and shit.
I would
for
go
the World Series.
in August. I go down there at the end of August. We'd camp in the swamp for the whole weekend, and
Well, you know that's no longer an IHRA track. it's been bought by some local people from.
It
Because we went
was
to the Winter Nationals.
when I first went. There was an HRA track. Then it went to IHRA.
When IHRA owned it for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that's the first time I ever had my eardrums blown out when Jay took me down to the Winter Nationals at Cordova.
Oh yeah.
The
Well, that was the
IHRA
Summer Nationals.
Or Summer
Was it
Nationals.
Summer Nats?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
We got Winter Nats t-shirts down. in
Right.
Florida.
Yeah, so we got
Don
discount Winter National T-shirts.
It was
Summer
the Don
Nats.
Garlis Museum.
Yeah.
I sat there at the practice tree, and Dad walked
31
around the
watch
museum, and
it.
I just sat there the whole time practicing on ranch time. It was really cool.
You know, I tell you what. Okay, so you can never really experience drag racing watching it on TV. You actually have to be at the track.
Mhm.
I mean, when those like top fuel cars and stuff like that, they shock the atmosphere so violently.
Oh,
there's
yeah.
there's
Yes.
nothing like it
They
on
pull
the
the
planet.
they pull the atmosphere from your lung.
I
Yeah.
think the shock waves from the exhaust shakes your chest and it
Yeah.
makes your eyeballs rattle inside your face.
Yeah.
It's the SPL, the sound
It's
pressure
crazy.
level
Right.
that is just going through your
Your body.
like,
Yeah.
like a bass competition for like audio
Right,
car
right.
equipment.
It's so cool.
Oh,
It
well,
really is something.
so Cordova was the track where when I first stood up the AHRA, I created a class called GT class, and it was like the first 2 years of pro stock in NHRA, but it'd be the first 4 years of AHRA. It was called Heads Up Super Stock,
Okay.
right? The NHRA just stole the class and called it pro stock.
Really?
Yeah. And so it's actually based off a production car. So that was
Volume.
the rules for the
Yeah.
class.
Volume.
And I gave them a
Speed
9x30
now.
slick. Well, my T-Bird was really close. All I did was change the front tires, a couple other things to fit the class. And I had Animal Jim Foyer drive. If you know Animal Jim, do you know Animal Jim?
Sounds familiar.
It's like father of Pro Mod. He had an orange Mercury Zephyr with big block Ford in it, a bunch of nitrous on it, and he was like I said, father of Pro Mod. Him and Bill Coolman and what is the other guy's name? I can't remember his name.
Is the volume good with Dallas?
Oh, can you hear me?
Can you hear Dallas? Okay.
That's all we really care about.
Don't say anything if you can hear me. Perfect.
So you
Well, Animal Jim
Damn it,
he
Ty.
test drove my T-Bird in that GT class up there at Cordova.
yeah,
And he had
really.
never driven an automatic before in his life,
Like a stool.
for
And bring this
drag
out
race.
here.
So I told him, yeah, Jim, just go up there, put it in first, and give it the beans, right? And
Yeah.
it'll do a burnout. Well, I had not thought of
Oh, I don't know, Blake.
if you had never driven a stick or an automatic, how would he do? He literally put it in first gear and matted something, right? And it literally jumped straight up in the air, started freaking hammer on the ground, and it sounded badass. I'm sure it was not good on a single part. in the
Oh
car, right?
no.
There was people lined on the fence when they heard it because it was bouncing off the rev limiter at like 7,500,
Oh,
just
Tom.
jumping up and down. But it looked cool. Man, did it look cool.
So you've been to Cordova enough. Did you ever get to see Arnie the Farmer Beswick?
I've seen Arnie the Farmer run at US 41. I've never at Cordova.
Okay, so Cordova was like his gig, I guess.
Oh, really? Okay.
He passed away, and they had a
Well, he hasn't passed away. He's still alive.
no, not Arnie. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of somebody else. Hang on, but Arnie the Farmer, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, with that GTO.
Yeah.
God, I watched him have a blower explosion.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was trying to do a burnout down the whole track.
And pop the blower.
Popped the blower on it, and track was like, "Get out!" He's like, "No, I'm gonna keep going." Didn't even know his car wouldn't run no more.
Blower hanging off. The
Oh man, it was bad. Yeah, that tiger stripe GTO we had.
Oh,
How old is Arnie now?
so it's not really. It's not.
Oh, I have no
good, or
idea.
what?
He's got to be
fairly
90.
old. He's fairly old.
He was 80 some.
When I
Testing.
brought the AHRA
Testing.
back, I went to they used to have a
Doesn't look like it's really good.
drag
Okay.
racing and performance trade show
Any better?
up at Schaumburg, Illinois,
Okay.
up near Chicago. Arnie saw me wearing the jacket. He was like, "Are you guys back? Oh my god!" He was like chasing me down the hallway,
Perfect.
and I
Thanks, Destroyer.
Unfortunately, I haven't seen Harney since then.
Oh,
COVID happened. And then so everything kind of just went by the wayside. Right?
yeah.
So Two Hack says Arnie is in his late 80s.
Yeah, he's old. I know that. Late
So-
80s now? Jeepers.
Two Hacks was involved with Mr. Norm somehow, right?
Yeah, he had told me that.
Like Prodigy or something, or
He said he was towing for.
Oh, holy shit! Are you okay?
He said he was towing some of their stuff around. So, and he was semi involved with Mr. Norm's. Was it Performance Squad or his power group?
yeah,
And Spalding there?
yeah. Well, that show that Two Hacks did. So Barracuda Bob's who we got the nacho from, and I said, you got to check out this guy Two Hacks garage. He went down and there's all this Mr. Norm stuff. And he's like, yeah, I was there. I bought that big block M Codes Barracuda Fastback that was in the corner, that red one.
That's why they call him Barracuda Bob. He loves Barracudas.
Duddy.
Yeah.
BTP has figured out they have a directional microphone. We can hear them loud and clear. What isn't clear is how much power the Nacho will have. Nacho shirt. Nasty.
I don't know. What do you think?
Duddy!
I think didn't you tell me you were using 318 pistons in that motor, the new motor for the Nacho? 318 pistons,
Right.
factory
Slant 6 crank. you know.
273 rods.
That's not even believable.
273 rods on the exhaust side. We're using
Oh.
440 rods on the intake side for more lift.
454 intake valves.
Right,
Hmm.
right.
So just your basic stock 360.
Yeah. And a
Pretty
Chevy
much.
balancer.
Yeah.
Right.
With a Detroit locker rear.
Mopar Man
And the internet
1970.
is no
Did I
posse.
did I
It's got a
fly up here
posse.
in the AHRA 1? Actually, I came up probably your neck of the woods. Was it Highway 61 that comes up to Missouri to Iowa?
Yep. 61. That's,
If you
that's
live
the
on
route.
61, I was on that road.
Is that by Branson? Somewhere?
It
No,
goes-
it's on
it-
the east coast side, like so.
Yeah,
It runs
no,
up the
it
west
belt-
side of
it-
Mississippi.
It belt lines St. Louis and it belt lines Branson.
Oh, is Branson around there?
Yeah,
You-
he's in Branson.
You go,
Oh, really?
You go by Mark Twain's cave or some
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. And I went right by Hannibal and all that.
Yeah,
stuff.
Hannibal's where you stop at the A&W/AMPM gas station and get a burger.
Oh, I
And then
was
you
hit
immediately
that.
go take a dump.
I was
because
at
you ate
that
a burger
Italian
there.
restaurant right there on the
Then
corner.
you drive 2 miles and get some fireworks.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love Hannibal. That whole area is pretty
Well,
cool.
your state has all them big firework warehouses
All the
and shit.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like when you're
I
coming
used to
down
go to-
into right before Nashville.
I used to go in there smoking, right? And they really like that.
Looking with a big Havana.
Yes.
Dude, me and my brother would drive down to Florida all the time.
Hey,
It's
Dick
like
Dastardly.
the 12-hour mark. Dick Dastardly, thanks for the 2 timing chains. The one for the big block and the one for the 360.
I'm gonna turn one of them
Appreciate
into a wallet chain and put my Jankos back on.
it. Right. So every time we drive from Iowa to Florida, that 12-hour mark would be nighttime because it's usually winter. You'd leave at 6 o'clock in the morning. You get to Tennessee about 6 o'clock at night.
All right.
And it's like you take this long, winding left-hand turn, and then all of a sudden it's 8 lanes and you're in Nashville.
Oh yeah. That's right on 24.
And it's like you need a F-16 fighter pilot's license to drive around here.
What the
And I'm
fuck?
like, I ain't calling it Nashville. It's Crashville.
Oh yeah.
It's-
That's,
yeah.
Every damn time I drive through there, you're sitting in traffic.
that's exactly how it is every time I drive through it, and I drive through it every time I leave. And it was,
Crashville, USA.
it was like that when I came up here last night at 7 o'clock on Interstate 24. It was an absolute standstill. It wasn't going anywhere, and there was 3 construction workers on the road with trucks with arrows pointing and moving everybody over 3 lanes wide to 1.
Yeah.
Right? And they were all bullshitting with the cop. And I'm like, are you guys kidding me? This is backed up for 24 miles.
And then you get out of it, and you think everything's free and clear, and then you hit Atlanta.
Oh, well, that's going south. Yeah.
Yeah.
Atlanta's terrible.
Oh my god.
Just kick her
Even
up
the
to
belt line's
110,
not
set the
even good.
cruise. You'll be all right.
About
Or the
3
first
o'clock
time
in the
driving
morning.
to Atlanta it was terrible.
Well, the speed limit in the 80s used to be like a recommendation, and they would run about like 100 through
Jeez,
Atlanta.
it's crazy.
State troopers
Crazy.
rule of thumb
White
is
knuckles all the way through.
55, run 60.
Even going the belt line or the loop around it.
It's still
But I don't
it's
see
still
it.
nice, yeah.
It's still terrible.
Jay would turn the radio off, and I had to read the atlas before GPS's people.
Yeah.
And like, if I didn't say anything that was on the atlas, I'd get told to shut the fuck up. Like the radio was already off, but he's still trying to turn the exhaust down because that's even bothering.
NSB Custom Car says Dean is headed to Tennessee right now as we speak. I'll be there next week. Well, you can swing by the AHRA headquarters.
Do it.
We're in Las Casas.
Get you one of those.
Yeah.
Do it now.
I don't know.
Get with the AHRA. If you ain't
But,
with it,
You're not
Yeah, it was always
America.
too bad that we always went through Tennessee at night because I would like to see in the daytime.
oh, it's beautiful.
Oh, it
Yeah.
looks like here.
Right.
So we did the tail of the
Hills
dragon.
and hollers.
Oh,
And,
yeah, in North Carolina.
yeah, and then part of it's Tennessee, like Deals Gap,
Right.
Tree of Shame, with all the motorcycle parts on it and shit. So
I've never seen that one.
my brother, he went on it with motorcycles all the time. Then we're driving back up to Iowa, and we're just at the time new Dodge Magnum RT. It's 35-mile-an-hour zone. We're doing 70. All four tires are going 311 switchback corners in 11 miles.
Did you throw up?
Wanted to.
I bet
Wanted
you
to.
And I hate heights, and you're looking, and there's these lakes down below, like 300 feet below you, and there's no handrails. And if you go on YouTube, all you see is dudes on Bagger Harleys. Just you see them, and they disappear.
Launching.
And that's where the tree of shame comes in. Pieces of bikes get added into the tree.
14 likes, 31 watching. Hit the like button, people. Or Tybal will kill the batteries.
Oh,
Oh.
NSB Custom Car says my brother used to live in Las Casas before he came down. Well, there's not many people from Las Casas, so tell him I said hi.
Record Johnny, meet of the brilliant minds. Yeah, right.
What channel are you watching?
Yeah.
So, in 2006, for my dad's 60th birthday, I flew him out to California.
Okay.
I wasn't stationed out there. I was in Hawaii, and I took a flight to California. And I rented a Shelby Mustang to pick him up in, take him to his. I took him to the California Hot Rod reunion for his 60th birthday, right?
Nice.
And
Good song.
well, thanks. I mean, I had the money and I was deployed, and so I squirreled away the cash for it, right? And I rented that Shelby Mustang. And before my dad flew in the next morning, I took my wife to go get an apple pie in Julian, which is a small town outside San Diego, but it's like really famous for their apples and their apple pies because it's up on a mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And the changes in temperature are so drastic during the day and nighttime that these apples take on their own flavor, like that you can't get it anywhere else. Right. I took my wife up there. It's all these switchback roads, and I'm in the Shelby, like I'm digging it, like, oh yeah, this is a blast! I'm glad I rented this thing. Yeah. 3 turns in, she's like, pull over, I gotta puke, right?
Make it a new
And then the rest of the
flavor.
time, I'm like.
Oh.
I felt so dumb. I should have rented like a Prius.
Oh, no. Don't ever say that again.
You wanted?
You should have run like a Corolla. How many's in here now? Still 31 we got?
31, 32.
If Duddy was doing his job.
Right. Duddy's Adventure. Go park outside EW's place. Wheezes.
Oh, this
Who's
guy
Sparkle?
obviously, Heavens Mopars doesn't know us at all. He said, "Hello, gentlemen."
Excuse me, we work for a
Maybe
living.
that's what the smiley face is all about, right?
Right, yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, there were a couple times I actually test drove a Mustang, new Mustang, over at the Ford garage over in Prairie, and took my wife with me. And it was all because it all kind of stemmed the reason why I wanted to test drive one was because of Tony
Oh, all right.
with his Cars Illustrated magazine, and I always read all that. And I always thought, God, I'd like to get a new Mustang, because they're
It's
fucking
kind of
pretty
cool. Yeah.
So test drove it was a 92, it was a 302 5-speed or whatever, and she's riding shotgun, and then we turn it around. I start heading back, and then this time I decided to go through the gears after I was pretty comfortable with it. And it's like we're doing 70 in second gear, and I'm just getting really into it, and it's really pretty impressive. And she did not like it at all. So
Pull
anyway,
over.
yeah,
Let me out of this car.
yeah,
But
right.
then you talked her into getting that Dakota RT.
Oh, right.
So you said, well, if I pull over, you just ride the rest of the way back topless, right? Like,
Right, there you go.
Yeah, that's the only way it's going to happen.
Oh.
Fun fact: this isn't a BT live, but rather a intervention by Dallas from the HRA in
I
order
came here
to keep BTP from destroying another motor.
Oh,
Help BTP.
I had to show them how to coat the cam with grease.
Yeah.
Dallas, if you ever need to sell any break up the
Yeah. Talk to Duddy.
Duddy's the man.
Duddy is
Duddy's the description. Man.
He's the
Dang it,
flavor
Ray.
flav of YouTube.
Yeah, boy.
He
He's the
seems
hype
like he
man.
has a lot of panache.
Oh yeah, the dude's got it.
He's
man.
a wordsmith for sure.
Well, he's already thrown your shop up there, right? Your I'm assuming that's your merch.
Or
Yeah.
Esty, yeah,
That's
yeah.
where you get that
Sweet.
stuff right there.
And I got some sweet merch. And I'll
Oh
be
yeah,
wearing it.
yeah.
Right? Check this out.
A custom
They made-
one-offs.
Yeah, they made me a no-name Nationals tee. Right? So I'll be wearing that sucker at probably this live on Wednesday with Tony.
There you go.
I got another one too. It's gray, so I can be less garage time with this one. But it's a Bad Tree Production shirt with the No Name Nationals on the back.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So now I can represent on both sides.
Red, white, and blue.
I go both
for you.
ways.
America, baby. 35 heathens in here and 37 likes.
All right. Whoa,
Dude,
likes back up.
Somebody
now.
got two likes.
Yeah.
Somebody's got a burner account.
Somebody's watching from a different device.
But this was about the most natural, coolest way to hang out with each other.
I think so.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
gonna
this
be
is
in
great,
Iowa.
dude. Yeah.
Oh, would you mind
Right,
stopping
right.
over here? It's a little bit out of the way. Oh, don't worry about it. Though. No.
They
You
said
know how
the
many
magic
miles I
word.
drive?
It's the magic word. We got beer. Like, oh,
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
okay.
I'll swing by.
We offered Dallas bait.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, Raker, you got to talk to Blake about getting some of them custom shirts.
You know.
Click
I
on
don't
the
know
link.
why not just make it a thing? Why
Well,
not?
well, I don't want to start getting into the no-name shirts because I know they're probably trademarked by now, right?
I don't think so. The whole idea was to try to keep everybody from making them.
Right. I mean, I made the design. Me and Ben made it. It's our design, so we could go after you for doing it. I guess.
Go after you.
Man, I'm wearing it.
Not you, but
Not you, but anybody else.
but let's keep it uniform, keep it the same, and if you want one, let's get a hold of the right people. Don't just start making it your own.
Well, I think the idea was that we're trying to sell some No Name National shirts at the No Name
Oh,
National,
yeah,
right?
Right.
When you have all of the spectators there.
Right. And these are basically like giveaways. Wear them for a little bit, see how you like them, and if you want to go with our guy to make some no-name nationals for the event, then yeah, go.
Well, I wouldn't mind it. I think John is already working with somebody. I don't know who
Mhm.
John's working with.
Hoosier's Garage for artwork, I think.
Yeah, they come up with a different design or something.
I know
I
I'm
don't
completely
know.
hands off of it.
I don't know.
What's John say?
John's
No, he's on
probably
here.
mad at
Is he
me
still in here? Oh, he's gone.
Don English asked, "Did I bring the big blue microphone with me?"
No, but we got
No.
the black one here.
This
kind
is,
of a
It's
gray.
a little bit smaller. It's not as intimidating as your microphone.
I know mine is like right in your face, right?
It smells better.
Look at.
What?
Want to represent BTP like Dallas from AHRA, but not feel pressure to smile because you're on camera and not sure if the hippie has a knife?
What the hell? What the hell?
Where'd that come
Dottie, why would you ever suggest something like that?
from? Oh, now we got 41 when you throw a blade out.
Oh, Dick Dasserly thinks I'm going to be going Mopar now. I I'm hanging out with all those Mopar guys. It's gonna rub off on me. No, I've always been the outcast GM guy, and I always got stuck with the Mopar group.
What
Yeah.
we talked for an hour about GM stuff here before
We
we
did.
went live.
Yeah.
I own all three.
Well, Tony says
He's
the
a
same
whore.
guy
I'm a
that
brand holder.
designed the big block Mopar designed the big block.
I got a Chevy, a Ford, and some Dodges, and a Honda moped.
Slut.
Yeah. I'm a dirty slut.
Oh, John at Cope Racing Transmissions. Where do all of you call home? I'm down in outside Nashville.
We're currently in beautiful downtown McGregor, Iowa.
Northeast
You guys
Iowa.
all live in this same town, right?
Yep. Yeah, I live a block that way. Jeremy lives here. Blake lives a block that way.
Literally, that's
We're all
it.
You guys own the street.
Pretty much.
Kind of. My dad does, I guess.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched
Mike's
Back to the
Mischief?
Future?
I do have a YouTube channel. It's called Mr. Rodder's Neighborhood.
And it's awesome.
There you
Yes.
Go and
I don't
subscribe.
know.
Hey,
Awesome.
Zodi, if you could put a link up to Dallas's channel and put it in the chat so people can go over there and subscribe, that'd be excellent.
And one of those awesome, well thought out diatribes about how they need to buy my merch would be pretty cool too.
Yeah.
I don't have any
No,
though.
Jeez.
No, not just buy the merch, but how to become an AHRA member.
That would be cool.
Not so much of a diatribe, but like a suggestion.
Maybe it's with the well placed sentences.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, like with verbs and stuff.
Hey.
Man, oh, we got some Aussies in here.
What do we got going on here?
Peckerwood.
Peckerwood.
Morning, Wood.
That's Aaron Henry.
Okay.
Stole your line, Jay. Sorry.
Oh,
What?
Morning, Wood.
Oh, yeah.
that's the big Underwood.
Mm.
From down. She likes it.
Mm-hmm.
Tried to buy me an AHRA black shirt.
But my eBay account is locked down for some reason.
Oh, that's fine.
Russian
Give me a
hack-
call.
hacketry.
My number is my office number is 615-580-3137. And I'll get you a shirt in the mail. I just need to get your credit card information.
There you go.
Yeah, just type in the comments.
Yeah.
So
Put your
yeah,
We'll
credit
need
card.
the 3 numbers at the back.
he just said his phone number. So type
And
your
the
credit
big
card
lady
out.
Yeah. just type it in.
But yeah, you give me a call when I get back. I should be back Monday. And I can get you a shirt in the
There's a custom made Duddy
mail. Oh,
reply for
he
you.
did do something custom made.
Want to be an HR member? Want to learn how to build motors that don't blow up? Mr. Rodder's neighborhood.
That's probably not true.
What is going
Damn it, I
on?
blow my junk up too.
All he
Ain't
did
trying
was,
to be
bolt the
bullshit.
head onto the block.
Oh.
This is probably the most fun live I've ever been on.
Really?
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's my brother Huntsy.
Well, he says
You guys are gonna be ready for Earlville next Sunday.
What's that?
Yes.
He is.
My
Another
little
car show?
brother Matt Huntsy, you'll go. Yeah, we'll be there.
I'll
I'll be
be
there.
swap meet.
I'll be
Car
racing
show?
the 300.
No,
No, it's a test and tune.
time trials, test and tune at our local
Earlville.
track.
It's a 1320 track.
Yeah, quarter mile. Is it eight? It's an HRA, right?
That's an
Yeah.
HRA. Sorry, Dallas, but
I don't hear those letters. They're removed from my brain.
but
Well, I got-
in
I got-
order. But
Wait,
the
no.
people at Earlville are, I mean, they're the most stand-up
Should
people.
I give him that?
You know, I can still hear those letters put in different arrangement, like
Right.
no hot rods allowed. I can still hear that. Right?
Wow, I like that.
But our local track, they are top notch. They're
Yeah, the
very
people
What is
are
it?
the
It's-
people that
If,
run
if
it
you
are
run a
great.
too fast of time, Bill Tech goes into his house, grabs you a helmet, gives it to you.
Yeah.
He'll be
Yeah,
like,
stuff like that.
I'll let you. But next time,
Yeah.
come back. So they're really chill.
And it's
Yeah.
kind of our only option.
I don't know. That's kind of how it should be, to be honest with you.
It's,
Oh,
it's
and
our
that-
only option.
it's an
where
old
we gotta
school
go.
kind of track. I mean, the officials there.
The
great.
runoff is
It's
Well,
all
look,
small family.
You got to look at it like this: the way street racing is going today, with the being glamorized on TV.
yeah.
If I was to throw you out of the track for some stupid little violation, right?
Right.
You
Right.
could literally go in the street in front of the track where my wife and kids are at
Mhm.
and burn it down. right?
Good.
Can hurt
That's where
somebody.
it's like there has to be a little bit of compromise. There has to be some give and take.
We got
Right.
we finished so good in points consistently that we got invited as a track team to go to NHRA national event.
All right.
So we went down to Topeka, Kansas, and when we got down there, they text you hard. Like,
I'm sure.
and it was like, what was it? Like a 2 mile long wait. Like there was just
Oh,
car
yeah.
after car. I mean, have you ever been to Topeka? Anybody that's been there? It's a big road course event, drag racing. I mean, it's a huge place.
Venue,
Right.
Yeah.
And I've never seen so many cars before in my life. And I'm just this punk ass teenager that got
Checking all the
invited to
cars.
go there because I do consistent good stuff, you know. And it was
Well,
There's
I felt Dallas. I felt like I was the big time.
Well,
there's a
to-
quota on BTP stickers. You cannot liberate too much horsepower in one day.
Well, in Australia they call it scrutineering, and there's a reason they call it scrutineering because they scrutinize you.
Yeah.
So I think
Desert
it's
Mall
tough. But
cars.
if you do everything
Feeling
by the
good,
book,
buddy.
if you build the car with the intent of going racing, and you got the rule book there building the car,
Right.
it makes
right.
a piece of cake. Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think there needs to be more tech videos for some of these no-name 500 guys that are coming, because there's certain things like a foot of rubber fuel line.
Yeah, that should be this a no bueno.
Yeah,
Right.
you know, there's like maybe a guy's got 16.
So
foot
I
of
guess
rubber
maybe
line,
what I need to do
you
is
know?
make a basic tech video.
Right.
Right?
Yeah,
Basic
that'd be a good
tech.
idea.
If you've never been to the track, you're not worried about the cage, you're not worried about the battery in the trunk deal. If you're just looking at basic stuff,
When do you need a helmet?
you could actually do that right now. Well, a helmet is actually required as soon as you go on the racetrack, regardless of what you drive.
Okay.
Really?
It just depends
didn't
on
realize that.
what track you go to. See, there are rules for any track. The way it works for a sanctioning body, I say, okay, you got to have a roll cage at 640, right? If the track says you got to have it at 630, that's your rule. It can be more stringent than mine. It can't be less, right? Not, okay.
Right.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I made that. I said that wrong. It's 650, right? Not 630. It could be more
649.
stringent, right?
Yeah.
But it can't be less stringent than what I've already set forth. So, but the basic things that people don't understand is like the rubber fuel line. You don't want to have more than 12 consecutive inches of rubber fuel line because it can actually wear through and cause a fire, right?
Right.
Cool.
So what they want you to do is they break it up into a couple of segments. You can have an 8-inch section here and a 4-inch section here, but no more than 12.
So from your
Right.
sending unit to your hard line and from your hard line to your carburetor,
Right.
is where you got to make that 12 inches work.
Well, other things too, like your fucking brakes, it should work.
Well, and
Wow, yeah.
the lug nuts. If your car came with 5 lug nuts,
That's what
it should not have 4 on it with a bare stud. It should have
Right.
5 lug nuts on it, right?
Or
With the
4 with a
little-
snapped off stuff.
Exactly,
Right.
yeah.
And the safety equipment thing, don't feel like you're less of a man because you have to wear safety equipment. Safety equipment's there to keep not
Well-
just you safe, but the guy that's running down the track next to you safe too.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is like that people don't really look at is all right. So unfortunately, every one of those safety rules, besides some of them being a pain in the ass, are written in blood. Someone had to generally die
Yes.
Yeah.
for that rule to be written,
That's
Right.
well, that's with everything. Yeah.
right?
That's like mild argument, like warning labels. I think Ron White said, or someone said it, like, you know,
Yeah, the UCK guy. When we were
Don't-
kids, when in the 80s, the green UCK sticker that you'd see.
well, you know, like back in the day, you know, your owner's manual told you how to adjust your valves, and now your owner's manual tells you don't drink
the battery.
the battery acid
Right.
because someone fucking did that. You know,
There's
it's-
there's a speed limit because
People were driving like madmen,
Yeah.
madmen,
you know
or crazy.
there's a reason, there's a purpose and a reason for everything. And it's usually because somebody fucked up.
right, like you said, yeah, written in blood. Exactly.
Right.
But the other one is the battery hold down.
You know,
The reason why they got a battery hold down is that let's say you don't even flip the car, right? You just jostle the car and the battery dead shorts on the body. Generally, the body is the ground. So if you put dead short, which is your hot side, on the ground, your battery becomes
a giant
Oh.
boulder.
yeah, and then after a few minutes, it becomes a giant bomb.
I,
It will explode.
I've seen with boats,
Batteries explode.
Yes. like blow the shit out of seat covers
Scare
and
the
stuff off
shit
of
out of
pontoons.
Oh, it's loud.
Oh, it's a 12-gauge shotgun going out right next to your head.
In
Bad.
that pontoon boat when we went to move the
That ain't the
docks.
first one I seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a few of them.
When Shane was charging the one on the one.
I had a guy hooked. I was on a houseboat. I was 40 feet away from him, and I went to hook the charger up, and it went whoop off.
Dirty cracks me.
And he put the clamps on. He rolled back for a second. And luckily, he did that, and he got his face away from the compartment. The battery.
Did you put the
exploded.
leads on backwards or something?
Nope. It was
It
the
just
battery was
exploded?
off gassing because we were trying to start this motor.
Oh, gotcha.
And
And
then
then, as soon as he sparked it,
Yep. Whoop.
huh.
As soon as
I had
that
a- I
lead
know-
hit and caused that little
that's hydrogen
spark.
gas. Too.
Yeah. I had
That's where everybody's saying, "Hey, let's go hydrogen," and you're like, you see stuff like that. There's no, and then I compare that to the person putting gasoline in a Walmart bag, and you're like, okay, I think we'd annihilate ourselves if we went hydrogen.
I think
It's
the
like
I think the
fuel.
person
We
that
gave
puts
out too many ribbons to let natural process take its course.
J-Bo called me today. Oh, J-Bo called me today and told me all the Mopar secrets about the Torque Flight 727
No, he called us.
because he honestly doesn't want that dirty hippie to win at No Name Nationals. J-Bo shirt. Duddy.
So 12 inches of rubber line altogether throughout your whole system. Your whole system should be comprised of
Primarily steel.
steel, steel,
Aluminum.
iron, or aluminum, for the
Nickel
most
copper.
part, and that's not hard to do. Okay, your junction spots, like at your fuel filter or fuel pump or whatever, fuel filter also will have little pieces of rubber where it makes a connection to the
Well, you can
carburetor.
also-
Could be rubber also.
You can also get like the only rubber you're gonna need is from the frame of the motor for some movement.
right.
But then from fuel pump to carb,
The
Can be
easy way
solid.
around a lot of that is that braided stainless steel line. Right?
Yeah,
You can run
right.
braided stainless steel
Yes.
line, and it's flexible, just like rubber, but yet it's wear
Easy to work with.
Right?
Yeah.
But if you want to update your fuel system, pull it out as a full chunk and order yourself from Summit or Jegs.
A replacement fuel line.
Well, just stock.
Oh,
Yeah,
So
roll-
it's-
yeah, roll your own.
And what we do is we like to roll our own, and you take your stocker piece, lay it down, and you bend it, put a zip tie at the bend, go up to the next bend, put a zip tie on it, keep forming it, and then you go and cut all your zip ties, and you got a factory fuel line.
huh.
but
Yeah,
on
that's
those
pretty
bigger and
genius.
heavier stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And walk it out. Have a buddy stand on the tail end. Walk it out on a nice flat piece of concrete, so
Yep.
you don't have any kinks or anything. You got a nice piece.
That
Straight
nickel
piece,
copper
yeah.
is the way to go.
Yeah.
I just did the fuel line in the dart
Oh,
from fuel pump
You
to
see what-
carburetor.
Max Wedge Dick Ashley says, I know a guy that had battery acid in a jug in his garage refrigerator and accidentally took a sip thinking it was
Ooh.
water.
Oh yeah.
Took
Yeah.
the enamel off his teeth.
Good for him.
His buddy's name was Jeffrey Dahmer.
Had to get them pulled. Laugh out loud for some reason.
Oh,
Look at
he's
Duddy.
looking good, right?
Look
Yeah.
at Duddy. Factor one costumes. I think Blake and J-Bo secretly want me to beat Jeremy because they like cold Dr. Pepper.
We've actually got some cold Dr. Peppers in the refrigerator right now, don't
We
we?
do.
They are sweet and delicious.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But not as delicious as Vegemite from a squeezy.
Bleh.
Or a Bad Tree Production shirt.
Wait, he put Bad Tree Production shirts on the same platform as Vegemite?
No, it was just delicious.
Vegemite's way better.
Need one, guys?
No, I'm all right.
I could have one, Blake, I guess, or
We'll have to get your other cheaters out after this one.
Two Hack says that he's got to go. He says, all right, you hippies, hackers, and hot rodders. Dinner time for me.
Thanks for stopping in.
See you later,
2.5
Jeff.
year-
I don't know where the
yeah,
hippie
later
thing came
double
from.
hack.
I have no idea, but
No, these jokes been calling me hippie for years.
really?
Yeah.
The first time I met Jeremy, I looked at him. He's like, "Hey, you want to drink some beer?" I'm like,
And here you are, drinking beer.
"No." Now we're related.
I actually cut my hair not too long ago, so it's not as long as it used to be.
Oh, tomorrow is Easter, huh? Man,
SB custom cars. I'll take one, Blake.
All right, I'll Uber it down to you.
Oh, don't you have the teleportation device?
Big Mike Soupy Barn. Well, folks, good night. Have a blessed
Dick
Easter.
Dashley. I
Oh,
thought
man,
Dallas
buddy.
went outside to take the Mopar sticker off his truck.
It's right on the hood.
It's right on the hood holding up a oil leak.
Yeah, my truck did good on the way up here. I got 18 miles of the gallon.
God damn you, that's good.
Yeah, I was hauling that 1,500 pounds of traction compound,
Oh, sure.
or else it would have been in the 19s. No, it wouldn't have been that high because the wind was a majority of Iowa. It was like, I don't know what
Yeah,
the wind
It's been
was.
like this the past week.
It's easily like 45, 50 miles an hour. I thought it was like
You know why
30.
the wind blows so hard in Iowa? It's because Wisconsin sucks.
Oh, is that what it is?
And Nebraska blows.
Yeah.
Nebraska blows. You guys are
Like
caught in the middle then.
yeah, it's like a cup ball situation.
We're kind of like an island, you know. You got the Missouri.
Yeah.
We're our own continent. Texas.
No, here's Duddy again.
So he says, don't listen to Peckerwood Customs. Vegemite is horrible. What isn't horrible is the BTP merch. Direct Connection specifically says the Jabo shirt adds 10 horsepower.
It does.
What the hell?
And gets you at least 3 rounds.
10
of
horse.
wind.
Dude,
10 hours right there.
he's wearing a Jabo shirt, so he must have like hung like a horse, 10 horsepower. Right?
I'm hung like 10 horse.
Did I intentionally say that? No.
He's guaranteed to make it at least 3 rounds.
I'm guaranteed.
3 rounds?
Yeah.
100%. 3 rounds at a minimum.
3 rounds. No matter if you're hungover and your reaction times suck,
Whatever you're
the
hung
Jabo
over,
shirt
just
will
hung
get
it.
you 3 rounds.
I'm guaranteed to have her say, "No, get that fucking thing away from me."
Well, I heard if you wear a Jabo shirt, you can drink almost 20 beers. The shirt will drink 3 by itself.
Yeah, I know we should.
What would it?
Apparently, I was
Jeremy
born
shirt
with this shirt. Yeah, what would a Jeremy shirt do then?
Remember that night we drank 2 30 bottles?
Oh, I do remember it actually.
When you threw up in your fedora?
Yeah,
Wow. We're in an Aspen wagon.
I had to throw up in my hat because I didn't want to throw up outside.
Oh,
The Jeremy shirt wouldn't wash his feet for like 3 months.
What the fuck ever? That's a torture chamber. I don't like those things. There's water in a shower. Did you know that, Jay?
I reckon there is. The water thing.
Hippie torture chamber.
Jerry Racing saying that they want to get some shirts made.
Oh yeah,
There we
get
go.
a hold of us, and or if you're a member of the Bad Tree Productions Facebook page, look up Ben Schultz from Schultz Sign Company.
There you go.
Being that you're a member of it and he's a member of it, you can message each other. So if you need any sticker ideas, T-shirts, the only thing he doesn't do hats. He does banners like the AHRA behind us.
Well,
Stuff
not
like
that
that.
man, but
Oh, he does one of those
He,
cardboard
he
or
can,
the
he can do that.
plastic ones?
Yep, he can do the plastic. He can do the like I told you, the aluminum,
Right.
laminated.
or he can do the banner material. So yeah, get a hold of Ben through Bad Tree Productions Facebook site.
Mhm.
Doctor Who's telephone box. Right, I imagine you're talking about the phone booth that got sold.
Oh yeah,
Oh, you guys had one?
yeah.
Now when we go to call up and go, give me the president, we'll be talking about you.
Oh, that's right.
It's me. But I'm also the guy that answers the phone.
Right.
I'm also the guy that
You're not only the
cleans
president.
toilet.
You're not only the president. You're also a member.
I'm also a member.
And-
You want some of this food?
Eat up, dude. Eat up,
I'll
man.
bring it over there.
Yeah, bring
Yeah,
it
bring
up.
it on over.
Bring it over and eat it up, man.
Here,
We got chips and everything
we got
else.
lots of stuff.
Whatever you want, man.
Figured we could have some fun over here.
Oh yeah.
Where do you want to do this at? Right on the top.
There you go. Yeah. Perfect.
Man,
Yeah.
Guys did it up all
Crackers,
night.
We got
that's fine.
cheese and crackers and Doritos.
We're all just hanging out.
Oh, it's just a good night in the garage.
I had the
Uh-oh.
GoPro in my hand and I opened the door and there's Dallas and I didn't know he was there yet. I never even fired the GoPro up.
The
I
dog
wanted
was
to-
attacking me. in the
I
front
know
yard.
he was. I'm like,
Oh,
With his
dipstick?
tongue.
The little one?
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
That's me with his tongue.
He's
That's
not biting
dipstick,
me,
yeah.
but he's licking the shit.
Yeah, he didn't even growl or anything.
Look at
Just
look at look
licking
at
all over.
Duddy. Jeremy doesn't need any more horsepower. Keep him from getting a fresh new 15 horsepower JMO shirt. Buy all the JMO shirts now. Don't let the hippie win.
You know, Dale.
Whatever, Mr. Junkyard Stroker.
The neat thing with our call-out races, we're all small block Mopar. We all have the same motor, basically. So me and Jeremy both have LA motors. We both have aluminum heads. He's a stroker. I'm a 30 over, so 365, 402. Dished pistons, flat top, quench motor on this side. And then you got DW, who's Magnum 360, cast iron head. Duddy,
By the grace of God,
408 stroker.
408
Yeah.
stroker Magnum with cast iron heads.
408 poser.
So it's like it's four 360s that are
Right.
all a little bit different than each other.
Yeah.
But they're all in A-body Mopars.
Right. So it'll be
should be
kind
fun.
of
That'd be a
neat
really
comparison.
neat comparison, like dissect. How would you want to build your motor after seeing
Yeah.
what
Here's
happens?
a comparison against
Yeah.
all of the combinations you could
You
have.
know, Jeremy ends up being the fastest car of the bunch. Here's his recipe, or what my car runs, what Duddy or DW run, and
Right, here's what a
here's a
junkyard motor does
blueprint
for
to
you.
get you to this number, and
Yeah.
it's really cool that you got 4 platforms
Right,
almost
right,
the
right.
same, but they're all different.
Right.
So I think that's going to be a really cool thing in the future of the next couple months.
I love the fact that it's
Well, it'll be a side by side comparison, right?
Yeah. It'll be like real science on YouTube.
I love the fact that it's like a ratty Barracuda, and then
A really nice
DW Dodge Whisper is just doing his CUDA up to the 9s,
Yeah.
like paint and body. And
Forward.
then my Dart, it's pretty nice looking.
Right,
She'll be
right.
buffed out. She'll look really good.
But then a really
Well,
shitty
then
looking dog.
Duddy's Dart is just haggard.
Yeah, I remember seeing he pulled it out at like the brush by his house.
Yeah, that
And he
68
said,
is like, oh.
floor? We don't have one.
Yeah, no, you don't need it. No.
If I had passengers, that would be a problem.
Yeah.
But as far as I'm concerned, weight reduction.
Yep. Speed holes.
I see purple
Oh.
there. Stan Nelson. How you doing, Stan? Mopar done. How you doing?
Stanzy the Manzy.
Jason Falk from Rapid Transit Garage is in here, folks.
Oh, shit.
Well, Stan Nelson says he may run a no-name Nationals car through tech as a video for new drivers.
Oh, there you go.
I think that's probably a really good thing to do.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'm going to make a little noise for everyone.
Oh,
turn the heater on.
Yeah. So it's not quite springtime in Iowa.
It's supposed to be, but
It's like 30-something degrees today.
They're liars.
And
hey,
a,
we got 50 people in
and a 40. Oh, really? Wow.
50 people.
What's up, heathens?
Greg McDonald says he subbed to quite a few channels tonight. Hope it helps. I'm sure it does.
Greg's one of them guys he's a really good subscriber, but he's like us. He likes to get a little lip out, mess
Oh,
with
yeah?
you. And you know how
Give you a hard
text
time
is.
sometimes.
Yeah, but it's all in fun. So
Right.
he compared Uncle Tony's Garage and Bad Tree Productions the other day. Would you like to watch people actually go down the drag strip, watch Simpsons Speed Stop, and just Mopar Joe? If you'd like to see Mopars throwing puking rods everywhere and blowing blocks up, watch Uncle Tony's Garage and Bad Tree Productions.
Sweet.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
you're
Oh.
up there. Yeah.
Look at Dunny's comment. Magna versus LA.
Iron heads versus aluminum heads. Barracuda versus Barracuda. Crew cab dart versus crew cab dart. The ultimate no-name Nationals race. Prepare yourself, BTP merch. He's a wizard, huh?
Yeah.
Dunny, I give that 9 out of 10.
Team Magnum PI versus
that?
Team LA Gear.
LA Gear. What, there's the bad shoes that nobody wanted?
Hey, man. No, those were British Knights.
Mike's Mischief Garage. He's a newer channel, and what he does is he does lives,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he goes and checks everybody out that's under 500 subscribers that's going for No Name Nationals,
Uh-huh.
and he'll show their page and put their link.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's such a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Well, that's
Good
what's
job,
awesome
Mike
about the
Ariel.
community is everybody supports each other,
Is
right?
Mike on the Facebook page?
I'm not sure if he is or not.
Mike, get on the Facebook page and start linking
I
those
think he
channels
is.
to our page. It'll help a little bit.
Mike's a great guy.
How big is the Facebook page now?
It's like 800 numbers now.
800, 900 people anyway, so it'll help.
So we don't try it all on Instagram and Facebook. It's just like a thing that's there to help give like midweek information.
Right.
And
Well, if he wants to go put that on the AHRA page, I mean, I'll approve it. So.
There you go. Yeah. Go to
Anything
the-
that's in, I guess it'd be in good taste, but also supports the No Name Nationals. I pretty much approve that.
anything with 4 wheels or the monkey bike stuff.
Yeah.
And what about the burnout competition? Have you heard anything about the footprint for that?
Well, what do you mean by footprint? Like how many people are interested, or
Like, is it going to be you can do donuts and shit or stationary?
we got John and I have to actually go measure it. We're shooting for 6 car lengths long and 3 wide. Is
That's
the minimum.
John called me up.
Ooh.
He's like, you got experience in these burnout contests.
Ooh.
What would you like to see? I'm like, everything we got up here is stationary. So if it could be 3 car lengths wide and 6 deep and give you some room to cut a nut and go a little crazy and
Ooh.
fuck a quarter panel out.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's we're going to measure the shutdown area. We're going to measure the pit area.
Burn into. Yeah.
But then we also got to get jersey barriers and one of those big fork trucks moving around.
Yeah. Because if they puke their guts out after.
Yeah.
there.
Hell, the sin bin will be down there. Just push with the front bumper.
Which one?
The K rails, my conversion bin.
Oh yeah.
Sin bin.
Did you get that? It's got a bed in the back.
We told Judd Scott it wasn't a rape ban, and he's very uncomfortable when he got it.
But he still got in.
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as you got in, you say, "Hey, you can't sit there. That's Ron Jeremy's seat."
Well, I mean,
Ron Jeremy on.
yeah. Ron Jeremy B.
Aren't you in some legal trouble?
A little bit. She told me she was turning 18. Where you at now?
Greg says he's sick. Something.
Hope you feel better, Greg.
Huh.
You must have.
The shop cat's goofing off at work.
There you go, buddy.
Good night, Ed. Thank
Night,
you
Ed.
for everything, man.
Yeah, well, thanks for stopping by, bud.
Later, Eddie.
Ed's working on our pistons for us right
Oh, really?
now.
We're just putting them on the rods, hanging them on the rods.
He's actually
Stand
drinking
up,
beer
man.
and melting the aluminum down.
Casting them himself.
Oh,
I'm not
sweet.
fucking kidding.
Foraging them, actually.
I think Ed wants to start a channel. It would be a good channel, I think.
He's got a
Yes.
channel.
Oh, does
It
he?
just needs a little bit more fluff, and we can help him with that.
Fluff.
It needs Blake's editing expertise.
And it'd be YouTube prowess.
There you go.
That's something that you put on a evaluation for the military.
Yeah, Dallas.
You're getting next pay grade, no problem.
Experience? Yes.
Oh, here's another Duddy one. We got to read it. Dallas from the HRA has already endured several hours with BTP and sitting next to the hippie with his body odor. Help support Dallas. What the fuck, Over?
It's true.
That's why I've kept my coat
I'm
closed.
about ready to
Body
go.
odor. Cheese. That's the cheese over here.
It's the cheese. It's not me.
Well, we're not that close to Wisconsin.
Yeah.
You should have some Vegemite on something.
So Peckerwood wants to see a more realistic style of burnout. I guess more of an Australian type burnout.
Like a
Oh,
skid
man.
is what they
And
call it.
Those
What
are
is
crazy.
Some good
Is it
skids.
Summer Nats down there? I think.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude.
Where they roll
I went to that.
in.
Yeah, I went to that event. And I mean, not only like it's normal to just blow the tire off.
You
Yeah,
have,
right.
you
You have to
blow
take it
the
down to
tires
the
off.
wheel. Yeah.
You have to do it in a minute or less.
These
Otherwise,
guys
you're not
were
gonna
like
win.
2,000 horsepower on a bias ply.
They're
Right.
2,000
Like,
horse with like a
holy
8,000 RPM.
Oh yeah, and
with
they
a-
hold them there
like
for
a
the whole time.
276 rear gear. So the wheel speed's like 250 fucking
Yeah.
miles an hour.
Yeah. Yep. And it's got like the smallest tire on the planet possible.
A 13.
Yeah, it's got a hard ass Douglas from Walmart.
Joe's Mopar Mass. There's a house for sale in California that comes with 140 project cars. YouTuber's dream.
Wow, you could have an instant YouTube channel right
Yeah.
there.
Non-ending content.
But the problem is you got to live in California, so
Well, yeah.
you can't take a gun and shoot yourself once you realize it.
Right. You
Well,
have to
maybe
pass-
you
you have to
could.
pass a background check to blow your head off.
If they
It's
had
California.
3 rounds or less, you could probably do it.
Yeah.
3 rounds or less. Yeah, what's this, a Derringer?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, Derringer 22 just bounces off your skull.
Oh,
Then you're just hurt.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
J Ray Racing.
they said they're headed to the Freedom Factory this fall.
Nice.
Go watch the burnout competition there and some racing. That would be a lot of
Nice.
fun.
Talk about YouTube making your dreams come true.
When you buy a racetrack
Yeah.
off
Oh.
your YouTube cash.
And then going to a trophy truck race in Los Angeles and like on the last lap, you're leading
Oh,
the
God.
past 5 laps and you come down all squirrely and wreck right before the finish line and finish last. I told Dad, I'm like, maybe all these guys in NASCAR are just there because of money. And it's not because they're good. Because guys like Cletus that didn't have the means to get into it, he's a really good wheelman.
Oh, yeah.
That is common.
Well, that was my
Read it,
philosophy.
Jay.
Like I'm a real deal car guy, right? Like you're never going to be able to go to Bonneville and set the fastest car record on something that you and I could afford, right? That's unobtainium. But we could build something in the garage that runs 200 miles an hour, and you get a jacket for that.
Yeah.
And then you take all your buddies and you just cartwheel them right through the car, man. Chinese
Yeah.
fire drill. Everybody gets a 200 mile an hour jacket.
Yep.
The list grows by 100% in one day. I think that's a bitchin' idea, right? The other one that I thought would be really cool is Baja 1000.
Ooh.
To win Baja 1000 would take probably $1 billion budget, right?
Yep.
But to finish Baja 1000, you're ahead of 50% of the cars because it's 50% failure. Just to finish it with a home built car, you'd be like an instant household name.
Right. Running NHRA points that we did for the 3 years in a row, and I never finished worse than third. I won a championship my first year out, and I'm like hearing all these stories about drivers getting picked up with people that own cars or with money, because of your talent,
Right.
and it's like nobody ever came and walked up and talked to you. Nobody said, "Hey, you're a good talent. I'd like to put you in some really good equipment."
Yeah.
And you're sitting there dreaming, thinking, "Man, I'm doing really good." Fresh into it. When is like a sponsorship going to come walk it?
Oh, yeah, that
it just
doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen.
Yeah,
It's
it
like-
doesn't happen.
It's like, wow, what do you got to do to make it? How good do you have to be?
Make it yourself.
That's the junior dragsters. Like they're over there at the junior dragster pits. I'm assuming because they were never in my pits.
Yeah. Like we never finished worse than third, fourth.
Yeah, Dallas. That's like just finishing the Dakar.
Would be an instant
Right.
accomplishment. Yeah,
The-
exactly.
The,
That's what I'm
Dakar
saying.
is the Dakar rally. That is
Just finish it.
that is the fucking Sahara Desert.
Well, they don't even do it there anymore. Right? They went down to South America last I knew. Real. Yeah.
But it originated.
It did. It did.
Right. And there's shit that happens there that it's unreal. Like the guys who do the bikes across
the
there.
box truck is the one I'm always like, what in the world?
Those are the best.
Dude, those things are nuts, man. They're running like 100 miles an hour with
Like straight
blowing
trucks
black smoke straight out
And
of them, right?
the son of a bitch
with a
weighs
big scoop.
25,000
snorkel hanging off.
25,000 pounds.
I don't know how they do it because they come down hard in the front every time.
Sand goes everywhere. They're just.
I don't know how they do it. But Mopar Den's asking, is there any word from Niels and Baldy on the status of Platte Hill drag strip opening? I have not heard anything since last year. I think it may be a done deal where there's too many legal issues to overcome to get that track reopened. I wish them the best, but I think that's where they're at.
Where's that at?
That's the one in New York. Can't remember what they were calling it. They were calling it something, and it's
Was that the one that got the noise pollution one?
no. This one was
Oh, what about Atlanta? They shut that down.
Atlanta's gone. Just
Yeah.
like this week, Memphis disappeared. Memphis is gone.
Atlanta
one
was
in-
such an awesome facility.
There was one in Florida too. They were shut down. 'Cause, like,
PIR. So those
yes.
the IHRA owned outright these tracks. PBIR, Memphis, Cordova, and Budds Creek, Maryland. Right? They sold Cordova, and luckily it was another racer bought it. Memphis is being used for its parking lot. Essentially, it's becoming a storage area. PBIR is becoming a storage area.
Well, Atlanta, they got what? Nothing but semi trailers just parked.
Well, that one I think was a noise pollution issue.
And they wanted to build new semi trailers.
Well, the problem was Atlanta was originally built like 25 miles out of town, and then town grew towards it. Okay, and then it became a problem, which in reality, all those people should have been a problem.
Boo fucking who? Yeah.
two weekends out of the year, your economy gets close.
Oh yeah,
Like,
put a lemonade stand out there and walk away with 10 grand.
yeah,
Right?
like why do people hate making money?
Hey, Greg McDonald says, what was the name of the movie that starred Robert Blake? Had a custom 68, 69 Barracuda that slowly got damaged and parts removed or sold or
Highwaymen.
missing by the end of the movie? That was Highwaymen?
Was
I don't know.
Was
Robert
the,
Blake.
was
It
the
was a
villain
super
with the
stock car?
yeah,
Had no
super
VIN?
stock? Yeah. Oh, this is a rare car. It's a '68 super stock Barracuda.
Yeah, right.
And the bad guy was in a Cadillac that had like all.
Was it Highwaymen?
Yeah, it was Highwaymen.
I mean, who's Robert
Did
Blake?
great in China.
I don't know.
Bombed in America.
I
It was
saw it.
excellent. It was an excellent movie.
I got it. Well, I got his VHS tape, and it's like when you see that Barracuda just tumbling. It's
Oh,
like
That's probably why it bombed.
that's when I start like weeping and crying. It's like
If that is a legitimate super stock car, you just
Nobody
lost one
filmed-
fan.
yeah, nobody filmed Jay when he rolled his Barracuda. So when I watched that movie, I just imagine
You think
that's
that's
what
what it
it's
looked like?
yeah.
Versus
Like-
us bombing China.
We just window blocks and wipe cans. We don't
Yeah.
wipe cars.
Oh no. Desert Mopar says we just got confirmation that we're losing Wild Horse Pass here in Phoenix.
What?
They're closing down Wild Horse Pass in Phoenix.
Well, Ruben's in the chat. He's rich enough; he could probably buy it.
Yeah. That's how Spielberg got shut down here in Phoenix. It was in the middle of nowhere, and town came to it, and noise complaint shut it down.
It should be grandfather laws.
Well, Arizona was there's like Beeline was one that shut down, but there's still no housing close to that one. I still don't understand how that one got closed down.
Oh God!
Oh, look at Duddy.
Here's another Duddy. Even with DW's help, my crew cab dart will be sketchy. Help make Dallas look the other way when I go through tech. Subscribe to Dallas.
I put some Vegemite on
We'll-
What a
we'll-
taste. Just as terrible.
a very minuscule amount.
So Aaron Henry from Australia, the guy that sends the Vegemite, I was like, dude, this shit sucks, right? I Snapchat him and stuff. He's like, oh, you're doing it wrong, mate. And he like
You
sent
put
me a
too much
picture.
You're
on.
supposed to put some on buttered toast.
No, yeah,
Right,
this
right.
is
You're
the,
supposed
this,
to-
this is the picture he sent me. He's
Blow
got
it on the
a,
lid at it. Or
he's
something.
got an entire stick of butter on one toast in like a little fleeting amount. Like, why don't you just eat buttered toast with dirt?
Look, I mean, for the amount that he put on it, probably looks like Jeremy's underwear. Just a nice little skid.
Right, it's
across
right
the-
there, yeah.
Right in the middle.
If I had underwear.
But he's like, you guys put way too fucking much on it. Because we're like ketchup. We're American.
Yeah, peanut butter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, peanut butter comes like out of the tub and
Yeah.
squeeze it.
Yeah,
So
it's
when we get
yeah.
the Vegemite, we're like, you know, and then you eat it. We're dying. He's like,
The best
no,
one.
dude, we don't even do that.
I'm telling you, the guys at work, when I worked there in Australia, they were all eating Vegemite in the morning on toast, right? And
Everyone
they're
says
like,
you're
here,
still
try
doing
this.
it
And I'm like,
wrong.
I've had it before. It was horrible. And I tried it. Again, it was horrible. There was no comparison to anything else. It was terrible.
It still sucks.
Aaron told me, he's like, no, you did it all wrong. You got to put a little bit of it on buttered toast. And I honestly tried it the next day. My mouth tasted like butter for 5 hours.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Well-
it intensifies.
The same reaction that we have to Vegemite is something is, man, I got something in my eye. But
It's your hand.
the same feeling that we have for Vegemite is the same way they feel about peanut butter down there.
Oh,
Really?
Right.
Yeah, they do not like peanut butter. The guys
Right.
were like, "That's the most disgusting thing ever." And I'm like,
What?
"Peanut butter?
Butter's awesome.
Oh, what is up in my eye?"
For real?
Oh,
All right, bud.
needs to break cleaned.
No, I think it was maybe what I got in there. I don't know.
It's the California cancer kind, though.
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I need the one with that removes stuff.
Yeah.
Chlorinated.
Yeah.
All the
I
good
can't,
stuff.
I can't find that around here no more. It's
Yeah, you
all
can't-
non-chlorinated.
Yeah. Nancy and her teens already removed it from the world.
Damn it.
I wish I could be drunk every day when I went to my job.
Oh.
I think
Well,
everybody does.
Wait,
No, I don't-
That's already what I do. On
If you
YouTube.
like your job, you don't need to be a job.
If you like your job.
So, does anybody have any questions for Jabo, Dallas, Jeremy, or Blake? Anything about the No Name Nationals, about our current projects? Dallas is going to be doing the 24 hours of Lemons,
Lemons. Yeah.
which I would love to get into that because Dallas, to be truthful, I love circle track racing. I've always been a NASCAR fan. I've never had a means or way to get into a track to race circle track.
Yeah.
So, like, Lemons screams out to me as
I've never done it. So we're gonna see what's and I've only raced in a straight line in my entire life. So
that's same here.
we'll see how it goes.
Apparently, drag racers are pretty capable, understanding.
Well, you remember when they used to have what was it, IROC?
Yeah.
When you had
Mhm.
NASCAR, road
Earnhardt,
racing, Indy cars,
yeah.
and all of them.
Izod.
That's when you used to see who was really the racers, right? And that's what I always loved about IROC was Dale Earnhardt never finished last,
Yeah.
right? He was always ahead of somebody, and he always did pretty decent in those IROC
They
races.
ran Dodge Avengers in '93.
Yeah.
I mean, how cool was that? As
With Dodge engines.
a little Mopar kid that thought muscle cars were dead and gone forever.
Well, especially
Yeah.
Mopars, right? That
Yeah.
that time frame, Mopar did not run NASCAR.
Yeah.
That was unheard of. They actually left in what 82? I think 82.
Maybe even before that.
I can't remember.
It might have
But,
been the '70s.
It could have been. I'm not sure. I thought it was.
I think the
82.
wing cars is what really did in Chrysler. What like
Well,
the 426
NASCAR did in
Hemi.
Chrysler, but
Well, not IROC, but NASCAR. Yeah.
well, what I mean by that is like, I'm not saying that wing car thing is wrong. But what I'm getting at is they came out with the wing car, and since nothing was comparative, NASCAR lumped a whole bunch of weight on them, and then made them decrease the engine cubic inch size to like 305 cubic inch.
Mhm.
Well, look at NHRA today.
Yeah, it's the same way. That's why
Let's
we have
put
pro
50,
stock.
let's put 50 pounds on the Mopars. Take 50 pounds off the Fords and Chevys. And
It's always pretty much been that way since day
But
one.
everybody runs a Keith Black Hemi block.
yeah, you got a fiberglass shell over a Hemi. Dodge has been making the other two keep up since the 60s, basically. And everybody makes the rules to abide by the other companies. It seems like. So when Dodge came back in 2000 in the NASCAR, the top 9 qualifiers were in Dodge Intrepids.
Well, it's always been
So they-
Dodge and Ford that's taken a back seat.
But they
Right.
put a
That's
half
what I
inch.
never
They
realized.
put
Yeah.
a half inch of spoiler on the rear and drug them down to make it easy or more competitive for Ford and Chevy to keep up with them. And Dodge is like, we got the same aero package.
But look at Pro Stock. When Pro Stock went fuel injected, Fords couldn't compete.
Mm-hmm.
The Dodges couldn't compete.
Mm-hmm.
And they just said, oh, too bad.
Yep.
Figure something out.
Blake, there's one for you.
Instead of let on to have ingenuity, right? That's
Dean.
what, the Hemis, they were turning harder.
Oh no,
Yeah,
Dallas
like,
from
why
the
am I
HRA
here?
got Vegemite in his
often-
eyes.
I often wonder sometimes when I'm alone looking at the Mopar or the moon, wondering to
He says that.
myself,
You know what isn't horrible? Mr. Rodder's
is the
neighborhood.
moon flat too? Well, of course it's flat.
They're
Just
all
like
flat.
Pluto, dude.
Wait. I good
He's trying to be
Lord.
a moderator right now.
Stock wheel stud length.
Dean,
know what
are
he's
you one of them
asking.
flat moon guys? Laugh out loud.
Sometimes when I look at the moon,
Flat
I'm wondering
Mars
if,
rise up.
sometimes when I look at the moon, I'm wondering if you're looking at the moon too.
Ooh,
I always wondered if when I'm looking at the moon, if it really is made of cheese,
no,
can I put it on a piece of grilled bread
Yeah.
and have the best grilled cheese ever?
What am,
Grilled
what am I
bread.
going to disrupt the man that's up there?
Never.
I don't want to ruin his.
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
He's been there a while.
Pineapple.
Pineapple.
Pineapple!
That's our code word, Dallas.
It goes
Yeah.
on pizza.
Pineapple.
It
Our
goes
safe
on
word.
It goes on pizza? You really like it on pizza? Oh, I don't
I like pizza flavored pizzas.
Yes.
like it.
Like
Oh yeah,
pepperoni.
I know it. Like that ham and pineapple that people like on that Hawaiian pizza. The
Yes.
ham is okay, but man, pineapple makes the whole pizza taste weird. But
I'm
I did
glad
have
you
the
said
best pizza I've ever had in my life here in Hawaii. All right, here in Hawaii.
Casey's.
Here in Iowa. No, not Casey's. No. There was a place in Fort Dodge. I don't even remember the name of it. My wife ordered a pizza from there. We just got 2 works pizzas, right? They're like, okay, it'll be 2 works. It'll be done in 45 minutes. The guy shows up and the bill's like $28 or something, right? Like
Wow, that's
for 2 pies.
for 2 pizzas.
Nice.
Not bad.
large.
Or I'm sorry, they're $28 a piece.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. That makes sense.
And we're like,
Better do
wow,
something
that's a
good.
pretty pricey pizza.
Mhm.
And it had sauerkraut on it. It had
Oh yes.
meatballs
Liberty
on it.
cabbage.
It
Yeah.
had pineapple on it. And that thing was the bomb. That was the best pizza I ever had in my life. It
Like-
was good.
You like the sauerkraut?
Oh, I like it all, man.
Yeah.
You're all about that Liberty cabbage?
Oh,
you
sauerkraut's the way to go, dude.
I can't. I don't know, man. That's all that Wisconsin needs.
Oh, it was good. It was really good pizza.
Brats and crow.
It had big brat pieces on it,
Yeah.
like sausage pieces.
Yeah.
They were probably like half an inch thick.
Brat,
That thing
yeah.
had everything on that pizza.
Where did we go? We were at the.
It was like the junkyard, basically. Everything.
On the pizza?
Everything but the kitchen sink.
Yeah, it was great.
The only thing I can't handle is mushrooms, unless they're morels for some reason, or psilocybin.
It was me and my wife and our tech guy and his wife. And we got the pizza. He was like, "Hey, I'll pay," and then they got the price, and he's like, "Ugh." My wife said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. It's $20 a piece, right?" So it was like expensive. You're looking at $60 for
Yeah.
2 pizzas. And
Where did we go, Jay? We went to that.
Oh, the Shaw Tower in Dubuque.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was pretty good pizza.
it was the last ever vintage. What was it?
It was a Shakey's pizza.
No, the show that we went to.
Went to a car
that
show.
was
It was super
Retro,
groovy.
It was like a
retro
50s.
rewind.
Yeah, retro.
It was a
rewind.
spin-off of Pork Fest.
And it was
Okay,
like
like red
slowly
rods.
declining. and
Greasers,
slowly
metal flake
declining.
paint.
And it's like
Super cool.
a basketball court arena with 3-4 cars in there that were for sale. And then they had about
Princess
6.
motorcycle.
Huh.
Yeah.
Purple-
His
purple
real
ring.
one?
Yeah.
His real one?
Oh yeah,
Like that
it was
Vulcan
there.
or whatever?
Yeah.
And then I
That
had to
Honda
fucking
purple ring.
edit a bunch of fucking music and shit because they had a ballast going off in a light in the ceiling. And it sounded like a tattoo gun was going off.
Oh, it's brutal.
You couldn't even hear us talk over it. So that was like the first time I ever did a video where it's like a bunch of look at this and a ton of background music.
Just Mopar Joe. All right, Mopar people in Dallas.
No problem.
Just Bondo Joe.
I don't like being in
How's the
this.
sanding
I
going
don't like
today,
being in
buddy?
this group.
Dallas
Footprints and
actually,
gas pedals and
Dallas actually, he's gonna drive my car home. He's gonna give me his Ford.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm leaving. I'm trading my truck for the dart.
Me and Jeremy are playing
Crew
rock,
cab
paper,
dart.
scissors in the morning. Does he get the dart or the duster for the floor?
And I've been practicing. All I have is scissors.
You know, I wish we would have the time to take you over and show you our 2 junkyard 68 fastback Barracudas.
Oh yeah, I love 68 Barracuda.
Well,
I
you
like
had one.
I like the fastbacks. Yeah,
Oh, everybody loves them. I hated notchbacks. And then we get this one, it's like it keeps growing and growing on you. It's like it's actually pretty good looking, you know?
I just like that small block combination with the stick shift that you can get in those cars was like is epic, right? It's like your L79 Nova 327 4-speed, lightweight, screaming
Right, right.
horsepower.
Yep.
Same thing.
Big
340.
block killers.
RPMs up
Yeah.
to the fucking sun visor.
Yeah. They didn't last long because they were abused hard, just like all the 5-liter Mustangs. They were every stop sign was a drag strip.
Yep.
Right, so-
Whether or not there was someone beside you.
And if you
Right.
guys are here because of Dallas, you should go back in our catalog of videos because we actually do have some pointers about how to make a car a little bit faster for drag racing, like subframe connectors.
Man, did you guys connect some subframes?
You bet.
Oh yeah.
We build them ourselves.
Yeah.
We our video is how to make subframe connectors for $12.
Genius.
You just need a cutoff wheel and a bottle jack, and you force that son of a bitch into your car, and you weld it in.
You got to have your front suspension rested on some ramps, for your rear axle on some jack stands, so it's acting like it's on the ground. That's when you put your subframe connectors in. Never have your body up in the air without the suspension being rested with the weight on it
Yep.
to put subframe connectors in, because it'll mess up the geometry of your car.
Have the curb weight down
Yeah.
on it. Yeah.
So like Brian with his Duster right now, who has no rear end in it, no front end in it, and he welded in subframe connectors. I
Might
would
be a little
like
different.
to see how that ends up being.
So
And
it'll
it's
be
not
fine.
it's not a jab at Brian by any means or anything, but it's the
Just
first
wanna
time I've ever seen it.
See the other way of it. Yeah.
Well, just Mopar
It'll
Joe's
be fine.
asking, how do you feel about the new Nacho engine buildup?
Sexy baby.
Feeling good about it.
Feeling good. She's gonna have more power.
And
All
then,
we need is pistons and rods.
can you read Dean Stevenson's comment?
It's
Pizza
hard.
and
He's-
corn.
I think that's what he-
Mushrooms,
that's what he likes on
tomatoes.
his pizza, I think.
Oh,
He likes
everything.
corn
He
and
likes them
wheat.
loaded.
Eggplant.
Mushroom, and he likes eggplant on it too.
Well, I don't know if you put the eggplant picture in
potatoes.
Google and then like parenthesis Twitter. I think the eggplant means something else.
Yeah, I'm not eating that pizza.
I think it means something that rhymes with.
It's a Ron Jeremy pizza.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
That is a technical
A Ron
with
Jeremy Hunt
everything on
pizza.
it.
Is that a 9-inch?
I got your full pizza here, fully loaded.
I'm here with the sausage pizza.
Yeah. What are you gonna do next? Call the cable guy?
Pineapple.
He's already in the kitchen waiting for the
I'm here to
pizza.
fix the cable. No, you're not.
Yeah.
Just
No.
Mopar Joe again. Oh, it must be raining down there in beautiful Walmart country.
Walmart.
It's Arkansas, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
He doesn't live too far from George Ray's. George Ray's is only like 2 hours from Sykes. It's not far.
Really?
That's the Wildcat drag strip. It's like drag racing from the very first beginning. It literally has wood guardrails.
Really?
I've seen that.
Yeah, it's a piece of highway that
Yes.
extended through this guy's yard. And
Yes.
they essentially made a drag strip.
It is. It is fucking scary looking.
Yeah.
As scary as Simpson's Speed Shop.
Is there like a little bit of grass?
On either side of the track.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the wood guard. Yes, I've seen that.
It's
So-
all white wooden guardrails.
Yes.
You know the thing that
It
really.
looks so scary.
So we
It'd
have
be
a
kind of cool to run down that.
Oh hell yeah, it would.
we have a half-mile municipal airport 2 miles away from here, where an airplane might land twice a month.
Yeah.
Right.
That thing needs to be turned into a drag strip.
Oh, I've been down this road. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
impossible
Okay.
because that airstrip is listed on the FAA roster for in case there's an emergency landing required for any aircraft,
Sure.
and it takes 5 years to remove it.
They can't have any cars running around it when there's
Well,
emergency.
it has to be capable of landing an aircraft.
So what the
Right,
people
right,
that are
right.
in the chat need to do is share this with their friends, make more people subscribe to us. That way we can.
Get that airline or get that runway removed, and in 5 years from now, we'll be burning rubber.
Oh, that sounds easy.
Make it happen, Chad.
What are you guys waiting on? What are you taking so
actually,
long for?
Tri-State's for sale for $1.3 million,
Yeah.
Oh,
that
dude.
track's for sale.
and it's got RV campground.
Yeah.
A real nice campground.
It's probably a
Real
pretty
nice
nice
camp.
place if the NHRA sanctioned.
It's all concrete. I mean, the guy that built it and owns
Was in
it
the concrete
was a
business.
concrete owner.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah, the bleachers are concrete, cut to a hill.
Yeah.
The actual length of the track is probably about a mile.
No,
It's
probably
8
half a
miles.
mile.
yeah, 8, give or
It's-
take. One,
There's
2.
there's 3 pull-off areas, and then the shutdown. Like
So
stick your
what I
sand
always
in
thought
it.
is if you're a concrete guy, right, and you build a track, would you take all your leftover from a job and just dump it there and essentially build it for free? That's what I would do.
Oh yeah, that's probably what
Like-
happened. Yeah.
Oh man, we got this whole truck. Just straight take it out there and dump it.
The really cool
Write it
thing-
off on that job.
Take it out to my
my
cornfield.
fiance inside the house
Uh-huh.
when she was a kid, when she was a little kid, her dad was dumping the fucking concrete for that track.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah. So she knows the owners and we know the owners. And then she goes to his place for the first time and I'm up at his place and she knocks on the door. I'm here to see my sister. I'm like, Nick, he doesn't have a sister. And I slam the door on her face. And now we're married.
What is this study? Bad Tree Productions, Barracuda, Mopar Joe, Dodge Whisper Barracuda. These guys aren't scared to race. Dallas. You want to see the Triple Barracuda race at the No Name National?
You know what, Dallas? There's going to be a lot of Barracudas at this
It
event,
sounds that way. I don't know if they made this
which is
one.
weird.
like,
Like, you have Mopar Nation. You have our Barracudas. You got just Mopar Joe. I mean,
Well,
there's going to be
John Wilburn and I talked about this, and a lot of it was because John is a Mopar guy.
Yeah.
And when it started, everybody in the community, within the Mopar group, was kind of aware
yeah.
that we were kicking around an idea of doing something like this. So you guys backed it big time.
Well, you know how it all started. So Ruben, Muscle City Madness, he's in here. We were doing a live, and I was in there, and John was in there, and we were talking about how cool would it be to meet up in a certain central location and just race and film it. How cool would that be?
Right.
And John's like, that could be an event, And we're like, John, you make shit happen.
Yeah, he's a good promoter.
Go ahead and do it. 3
Well, you
days
both are.
later, he's like, I talked to Dallas, and we're thinking about doing this thing called No Name Nationals. And I'm
where's
like,
Wilbur? You still in here?
I don't know if he's still here or not.
Wilbur, you still here, buddy?
but it all started from one night in one of these lives where we're talking about how cool would it be to race other YouTube channels that
Right.
are our friends, but now it's blowing up into this whole YouTube universe race of Woodstock. And it's just how one night of just talking about how something could be, and it just blossoms and turns into something.
The Dodgers.
And it's a monster now.
It'll
Well, I
be
don't know
the-
if it's a monster.
It'll be the most
For a
Bears figures
first
I've
year
ever seen.
event, I mean, it's really.
I'm
getting
just
some
afraid
traction.
that I just don't want to overwhelm people with expectation and underwhelm them at the event. Right? I don't want to under deliver.
Well,
Right.
And
yeah.
so
We won't.
a
that's
balancing
the
act.
thing.
There's
it's
enough-
hard.
Hey, we're not gonna underwhelm. We're not. Us
I know
guys.
you guys aren't.
So now it'll be fine.
It's just I have a few more things than to put a motor together, right?
Yeah,
and that's what
right.
sucks is like the amount of work you got to put into this thing to get it to happen, and then you don't know if it's all going to go well.
Right.
Right.
Um,
Right.
The
You
one
hope
thing
it
that
does.
bummed me out was not bummed me out, but a thing that I was skeptical about was these local track guy bracket racers that don't have a channel, but they want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
So let's make a channel. Let's make some really cool content. Let's get to 500 subscribers
And then drop it.
and then drop it.
Yeah.
So that's
But
not
that's what the no name. It's not
that's
about the
not what
bracket
this
race.
is for.
Right. That's why there's not just one thing. Right. If we did bracket racing only, you guys would all go home if there was a pro out there. Like say just Mopar Joe, he does a lot of bracket racing, right? You yourself got some trophies, right? Track championships. You could put most of these guys on the trailer and then run away with it. Would it be fun for everybody? No, it might be a lot of fun for you,
Yeah.
right? And that's what's like the whole idea was you make it broad and enjoyable across the board. And you can't just go out and do well in one event and I'm the champion of no name nationals. It's not going to be that way, right? So that was the intent.
It's all about fun at the end of it, but there's going to be a lot of competition there. And I talked to just Mopar Joe, and I'm like, there's a lot of channels that are just starting that have never drag raced that we're going to be just whoop, whoop, working our way through, and then you'll
For
find
the bracket
and-
race.
Yeah, and I'm all about that bracket race. I mean, that's like the importance of this event for me.
There's a lot of guys there though. That
The
wanna
the
learn.
Dodge Whisperer race is right up on top of there, but for me to be able to race a bunch of people without doing call outs, that's where the bracket racing part comes into it.
Right.
You might not have time to do a call out with me, but I'm gonna wax a bunch of mother whatevers on the tree
Right, because they
and,
don't have
and
any
round and
experience in
round
it,
and
right.
round and round until we get down to the creamy crop of the competition.
Right.
And those are the people that you'd want to call out, And that's how I'll get my call out races going through the bracket class.
Will be cool too. Like there's guys that aren't good at the bracket
Mhm.
or they're slower or faster, but then we'll do like almost like a pinks thing where you get whacked with a bracket or you get treed really bad. Well, give me lengths or give me time on the light, and then
Yeah, for the heads up deal.
Yeah.
right. Make it a little bit closer there.
And with the heads up deal, it's the mutual agreement of the race of how that race is going to start. So
Right.
it could go pro tree, it could go sportsman tree, it could go
Instant
arm
green.
drop.
Instant green. You could probably do an arm drop. People want me to go out there to
If-
arm drop.
If
Larry has
you
a-
make it too custom, it's not going to work.
Well, that track has a concrete barrier in the middle, right?
Right.
And it makes it really hard to arm drop that. I don't think I'll
And
be.
your safety.
Well, I don't think I'm going to be in harm's way because I could be literally at the end of the concrete barrier. But if somebody got out of shape, I got no place to go. Zero, right? Like because there's a concrete barrier in front of me.
Right.
So I'd have to either go backwards or run into the other car.
Well, you got a guy that built like a 640 horsepower big block Charger or something, and that sucker hooks hard left or hard right. It's unproven at the track.
Right. I just didn't want to do that. So John Wilburn is here.
Now, and I believe he replied to Roy Boy. One night a Coors Light turned into the No Name Nationals. Roy
What?
Boy, no Coors
Speak
Light.
up louder, Jay.
No Coors Light was involved at all, he says.
Spotted cow.
Sounds like he's doing a little home improvement projects.
Oh, he's
John,
working on a
yeah.
house. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a
Got it.
slumlord.
He's been working on that house now for a while. Seriously.
He's a
I think that was the house where he was raised or something.
slumlord. Oh.
He bought some tools and wood and shit to work on his house. Next day I get a Snapchat. Well, I didn't know one Milwaukee saw would cost as much as two, but the crackheads felt that was necessary.
Oh
Oh,
no.
somebody stole a saw. 1 day old. That's terrible.
Wilbur.
Mike Smith ship.
Dick Dastardly.
No, below it.
Have you guys thought about doing 250 subscribers for the monkey bike races? YouTube has been pretty hard on the no-name national guys
Taking
taking
away
away
subs.
subs. I don't know
Um,
if that's true.
No, I already know. I think I know what this is. The problem is, all right, I'll give you an idea. Let's say there's 150 channels involved with no name nationals right now, right? And I go over and I panhandle on your live, and I get a bunch of your guys come over and sub to me. And then I go over to their channel, I sub to them. Don't think YouTube is not wise to that.
They know you're not watching after that.
Right. So there's
So
like,
it's like they give you like a 3-month grace period.
right.
So if you don't watch that, so like Soundman, car audio. Me and Jeremy have been sub to him for like 5-6 years, 7-8 years, whatever.
Yeah.
Amplified decal there on the box. We bought in his stickers. We support him totally. Yesterday, I went to click on his video, and it said subscribe in red.
Meaning
I-
that you
and
weren't
I-
subscribed to him.
And I watch him frequently, and it unsubscribed me.
Yeah, I've heard of
So
that
what the
before
fuck's
too.
going on?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. I know there was a lot of guys that was complaining about.
I
losing
haven't waited
subs
3 months to watch a Soundman video. It was like a week or two. And now all of a sudden I'm unsubscribed, and that wasn't my doing.
Right.
So what's going on?
I don't know. I don't know.
YouTube sent out a big email today.
Oh, they did?
Mm-hmm.
No, I haven't read it.
I
Is it
haven't
talking about
either.
subscriptions and stuff?
They're talking about YouTube TV and sponsorship shit.
Oh, there's John. The mumbling about 500 subs will go away for year 2. I'm standing firm on it for year 1.
I say next year we do No Name 1000.
No name 1000?
Bump it up every year. Bump it up a little bit, because
Well, I don't know.
what if this becomes a huge thing where it's overpopulated?
So there's only 1% of the people that make a YouTube channel actually get
We're
monetized.
talking about that, yeah.
Yeah. So now you've taken, let's say, 50% of the possibility of people making it down to 1. You're going to have an event with a small number of people. Your entry fee would have to be like $900,
Possibly.
right? Yeah.
So leave it what it is.
I don't
But,
have $900.
but
I think
like what we're
500
talking about
subs.
with the guys that want to hit 500, just quit making content.
That's the problem, is they give up after 500. I haven't really seen anybody do that. I've
No.
actually seen more people give up after they announce that they're going to the No Name Nationals and then get 0 subs. I got 1 sub and I got $4.99 to go and I'm going to be there, and then they never make another video again. Right? There's probably
Oh, they think
50
they're
of those
staying at
guys.
500.
Really?
Yeah, well, yeah, they think it's like this is going to be easy.
Right,
All I'm
nine-
going to
I
do
was
is I'm
not-
going to announce I'm going to be there. Next thing you know, I'll have 500 subs. Well,
I
that
think
didn't happen.
9 times out of 10, though, I mean, the guy that actually jumps into it, he does start making the videos to get the 500 subs. He probably acquires a taste for doing what he's doing. I mean,
Oh yeah, there is.
he had the passion to do it.
There's just as
started
many
with.
that gave up as the ones that went in full bore, right? That really
Sure.
enjoyed doing it. They
There you
put
go.
in their.
What's that?
There's John comment right there for you to read.
Right here?
Yeah.
It's very John Overton says it's very simple. Every other event can have the dreamers. We want the doers. we doers will make the show.
Yep.
Oh, there you go.
So leave it at 500.
You know,
Right,
we
right.
we didn't have the No Name Nationals when we started our YouTube channel.
Great.
You know,
Yeah.
like you when you started yours, and like John and Duddy and Bigfoots and a lot of guys in the chat right now.
You just did it because I think you liked the automotive content stuff.
We
Right, right.
busted our asses off for a year, year and a half, 2 years to get that first 500 subs. And it's like this No Name Nationals thing comes out. And you see all these, like, it's almost like seeing gifted subs. Like, everybody's supporting each other.
Right.
And everybody's hitting like 300 overnight or whatever. As long as you're entertaining and you have some value.
Right.
If you're just a mute in front of the camera that has nothing to offer, you're not going to make it with the No Name. You wouldn't make it with just YouTube before that.
Right. You have to have a personality.
Yeah.
The personality drives a lot of it, right? The other thing that you want to do is you want to pick content that you're going to create that there isn't 900,000 other channels doing the same thing, right? Like the one I always watch was Levi's Backyard Performance.
Yeah.
Right?
And
He's
he's
good.
dogging
He's-
himself so bad.
I know, and he's good at what he does. But here's the problem. I think you're in a sea of a whole bunch of goldfish, right? When I'm LS swapping a square body. You know how many videos come up when you do that? He's not LS swapping a square body.
But then
He's
another
LS
thing is
swapping a
don't-
ramp truck, and that's
don't-
where he needs to put. He needs to
Don't
really
dog yourself in these lives saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, my channel sucks."
Yeah,
because
no.
nobody. No, don't dog yourself. Build yourself up. Show
Well,
your worth.
And I'll tell
You
you
know
what,
what?
like I really disagree with going to another live and panhandling for subs. I think that's yeah. You ever heard of cheap morale? You know what that is? It's a Navy thing that all right. Morale is how your sailors and people on board your ship feel, right?
Just
Your
like in a
face
restaurant.
grew.
Right. Now, you could easily buy them some morale by letting them go home, but that makes them happy for one day.
Sure.
Or you can actually build a morale base within your community and like do exciting and good things with them and let's see them succeed and they feel good about themselves every day when they come to work.
Right, right,
Sending them home for one day is buying cheap morale,
right.
right? It lasts for one day.
And they come back and they realize they're
They're back where they were.
right.
Yeah, that's,
They just
That's
dropped
cool.
all the way down at the bottom of the totem pole.
Right. So and that's the problem with panhandling for subs is it's essentially cheap subs,
right.
cheap morale. It fixes a problem temporarily, but what you really need to do is fix the problem with your channel, right?
Yeah.
And
Right.
that's what everybody's been promoting is what's the right things to have in your channel, how to do the channel properly. And John went through and even had like a classroom for everybody,
Yeah,
a class session.
me and John. Then I dipped out so Tony could come in.
And they just went over the basic stuff, right? And this is what you need to be doing. And if you're not doing that stuff, that's what's causing your problems. That's why that's where you're failing at. But the big thing is you have to have a personality that makes people enjoy what they're watching, right? My stuff is pretty bland. I know. Well, okay, my carburetor video is not bland. The rest of them are pretty bland.
Just because I like your color.
Yeah. There's also another one in there where I got really drunk trying to. What was I doing? Polishing something on the table.
Look at Duddy's comment.
Read it. Jay, you're the moderator.
It says, "Just Mopar Joe, I will race you, but I want the hit 5 car lengths, and your car has to be turned off at the starting line. That seems fair."
Wait, that was Duddy or Jed?
That was
Duddy.
That was Duddy
Oh.
asking, telling Just Mopar Joe. He racing.
They're Dutch.
What? I'm not allowed to have fun?
Oh no, you were close. You were real close.
I thought, 1A.
You were close.
Dick Dasserly says, I'm too lazy to make videos to race. I have a hard time making myself work on my car just to race. It's not easy being fat and greasy, laugh out loud. But, On the other hand, though, a lot of guys kind of do this so that they're actually working on their cars. I guess it's what is it? It's
You know, and if you do start a YouTube channel, you'll find out that you work on your car way more than you've ever worked on it.
Yes.
Like, we've always been hot rodders, just naturally wanting a wrench on shit. And then one day, Annie bought me a GoPro for my birthday when I broke my hand, and I was running full-time points in a Chrysler 300 SRT8. Just trying with some modern car, you know, and see how I could do. Top 3 points the whole year, doing really good. And I filmed and came home, and my laptop couldn't handle 1080p. So I ditched that SD card, and then Annie said, I'm going to go to college, do some online shit. And we went and bought her a new computer. And I plugged my SD card from when we went to the track in it. And all of a sudden, it worked.
Huh.
And I spent 23 hours editing a 15-minute video.
Oh, I don't doubt it. Yeah,
My
that's-
first time ever editing a video.
My first time editing video was brutal too.
And that's that first ever racetrack video. And it's basically the 3/4 of it is us going to the track and talking to each other about how we feel at the track. And then the last quarter of it is racing and following me going into the final round in his car. And then I lose by a 10th in the final.
Well, I mean, the YouTube thing for
And
us.
Jeremy's like, dude, you got to check. And everybody's
Yeah.
like, no, you got to check. And I'm like, I got second, dude. Well, you got paid.
I'm first loser. I'm first loser, man.
You were there,
I'm
man.
like, I don't have a trophy. Guys, leave me the fuck alone. Like, the first time I ever got paid for winning, because I ran in, I was so young, I started in high school bracket class. So they wouldn't give you any money, but they give you college scholarship tokens or
Right.
tickets and trophies and shit. And so I always had them, and I used them to go to Kirkwood for criminal justice. That's what I went to school for. Ended up getting no OWI, dropped out. The first time I ever won money, I finished third. It was a $20 check, and I still have it. Never cashed it. It was the first real money I've ever won in a drag race. I will never cash that check. It sits in my living room,
I'm
sitting
trying to
next
just
to
get
my
a
non-existing trophy.
They're all stuck together. That's what happened to me earlier. I shook a bunch of them out, and I realized I should have just probably taken most of them. Nobody's eating them.
what?
But if it wasn't for Jay, if it wasn't for him, I mean, this is probably one of the coolest fuckers in the world.
Okay.
And your son usually doesn't say that about you. But
Mm.
I examined him as he was a frozen caveman. You know, I studied
Really?
him hard.
Maybe we got a plan.
He
That's what's going on
influenced
here.
me. Him and his best friend and his son, we'd just sit there and watch these guys work on shit. That's all we wanted to do is just watch them and take in information. And you could go play football, you could go do this. We'd rather just watch our dads work on cars.
I got to watch my dad and his best friend work on cars when I was a little kid. That's what got me into it. Right? I had a garage mouth before I even went to school. And then, like, you're talking to kids at school, and they're like, what are you saying, right?
You
Like,
only like the cars
Yeah.
because their name's the Cars. No, the Cars are actually a really good fucking band. I like the Cars a lot.
Duddy says
Rick
Jeremy
O'Case likes the
was
shit.
Jeremy was quick to kick. Wait, Jeremy was quick with that kick to Blake, but is a triple pickle that quick? Jeremy is ready to race, but is the crew cab? Eat your crew cab dart shirt.
Oh.
Later, Joe.
See you, Joe.
yeah, I'm going to crash here soon, too. I'm going to get up at 6 o'clock.
Oh, geez.
Is it?
Yeah, me too.
All right, let's shut her down.
All right.
All right, let's give a 5-minute buffer on shutdown time. If you got any questions for Dallas or Jeremy or
And we
Jay,
got to thank the crowd for coming out tonight. We had
Yeah.
like 50 people.
Yeah, thanks.
And the mods, John Wilburn, Duddy. Who else is the
just
mod? in there?
Mopar Joe.
Just
Who's
Mopar
Duddy?
Joe is in there.
Duddy, somebody, I don't know.
Duddy, I've never heard of her.
Mama Hawk, Annie.
She's out.
Duddy's that one girl from where?
Oh,
Oh, no, my
Oklahoma.
wife is out.
Oklahoma.
Annie's out.
Oh yeah.
Dodge Whisperer says, "Yep, I learned from my dad too."
That's how it should be.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like my daughter.
But not everybody has a good dad, right? That's the thing.
Here's a link to Mr. Rodder's neighborhood. Thanks, Duddy.
Yeah, go over there and subscribe.
You bet.
Find out how to mess with Buick stuff.
Yeah, I was wondering who that guy was.
Bigfoot. He's one of our convoyers going down the No Name Nationals for all the Midwest guys up here in
Oh,
Minnesota.
are you catching up with who's the Tom Muse? Are you going with them too?
Tom could probably meet up with us.
Yeah, he's somewhere around like Milwaukee or something, right?
He's middle Wisconsin, so like Waukesha or something.
Oh,
like
all right.
that.
Yeah.
Well, they
meet up
guys aren't
with-
far from.
We're
He's
meeting
got
up with
like a
a few
stock
champ.
car or some shit that he wants to drag race.
Oh,
He asked
okay.
me the other night, "What do you think my car's gonna run?" I'm like, "I don't know enough about it. I know it's a stock car. I know you got a motor. It's not put together yet.
I don't know.
If I see cars,
I haven't
sitting
seen.
at-
Is it?
at the burnout box,
he's
I
bringing
have
a stock
pretty
car?
decent. Yeah, it's a stock car.
Oh, I didn't see that video. I saw where he was talking about motors and what motor he was putting together or what his plan was. And
He jumps down into his basement every day and does a whiteboard 40-minute video, and it's like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
well, dude, that guy is like really, really sharp when it comes to like the engineering side of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, real sharp. Like
very smart.
I'm here, he's like way up here, right?
Here's numbers. I'm over in the alphabet section.
right. Yeah, I'm the dude over
Like
there looking at.
Thunderhead.
I'm
Yeah.
looking at comic books, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna talk about
I'm drawing.
with our Ninja Turtles.
Yeah,
right.
I'm drawing a Ninja Turtle on a notebook.
Duddy threw up a link to John Wilburn's YouTube channel, so make sure you
Definitely
over
go
and check that out.
subscribe to John Wilburn.
Wilbur.
John Wilburn is a huge proponent of the No Name Nationals alongside of Dallas. If you're not subscribed to him, you have to go there now.
And if you're like a big fan of YouTube automotive content, a lot of this has to do with John Wilburn supporting those channels. Man,
Yes,
for sure.
So
right.
And if you have a small channel and you want to be seen, you want to be part of the No Name 500, email John Wilburn.
Right.
And if you want a hard time, talk shit to John Wilburn.
Because he'll slap your ass around the internet.
Yeah, he's pretty good at smacking you around.
He's our enforcer.
He will
is he?
slap you around Google.
It's like every
He
YouTube
keeps me
channel is
straight.
like a motorcycle club, and Wilbur's like, I'll be your enforcer.
Yeah.
Duddy's offering a pro tip. If you subscribe to Mr. Rodder's neighborhood, there's a 50% chance he might look the other way when you drive through tag.
Possibly. That might happen.
If you go to Schultz Sign Company and get a Bad Tree Production stickers on your car, 95% it might work.
Yeah. It's 10 to the horsepower.
So John Wilburn says
And if you have a UTG sticker on it too,
John
You're
Cope
going
of Cope
through.
Racing Transmissions will be live on my channel Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. So that'll be good to watch.
can't wait.
Nice.
Yeah, he just did an awesome one live with Dalton Summit from Pole Barn Garage
Oh, yeah.
last Friday.
2 hours is the longest one he's ever had.
Oh, really? Did it go 2 hours?
Good night, John.
Oh, didn't ever end. Such good content.
Now what's Duddy yakking?
Want to see all the big call outs and updates on No Names Nationals. Want interviews with all the big automotive YouTubers. Subscribe to John Wilburn. There you go.
Way to go, Duddy.
One of the best mods you could ever ask for.
He's good.
Like at Zero, I love at Zero. At Zero, don't do that shit.
Well,
What a-
Zero's good.
Wait.
Fubar is like I think is probably the top guy.
What a
He'll
95%
actually
chance pass tag.
right away.
Right.
Distract tech
Well, it's like
inspectors
I
with your
swear he
BTP
knows what the
stickers.
person's thinking when they show up. Just by reading their
Before
name.
the black text hits.
Right.
It's
He
already
reads their name and
3
he's
minute
like,
timeout.
hold on a minute. I'm pretty certain this guy has something to do with the Black Clown Society.
Yeah.
And gone.
Yeah. Out of there.
Ruben at Muscle City Madness never used to have moderators. And I was just hanging out in the live watching him work on Mr. Hyde, the Roadrunner, one night, and it was all
Oh yeah.
bad words
Oh,
coming in.
Well,
And all of a sudden, the blue wrench came on my name, and I banned the guy 64 times, and he kept coming back with an almost same name. He had 1,000 accounts, and I kept banning him, kept banning him. You can keep going all night. We can go back and forth with this shit. Ban. I don't give a shit. I got all night. Ban. Because he's doing all this racist bullshit.
yeah, that's one thing I did notice is that most of it's racist
Yeah.
stuff here. It's
We ain't got time for that shit.
I don't even think there's this many racist people in the United States.
I don't think anybody gives a shit.
Really?
Anymore. You know what I mean? We have our interests in the fun that we want to have. Stop trying to bring your bullshit into it.
Yeah.
Who's
Well-
next live? Who's going live next? So we Saturday Night Live is
Well-
right is live is going and
I think I'm gonna try to
Network.
go down to Two Hacks tomorrow morning. Maybe do a live with Two Hacks for a little bit.
AM live?
Maybe so. I don't know. It won't step on anybody on Sunday that way.
right.
Not
That'll
in
be
the
good.
morning.
Yeah. Of course, they'll all be sleeping and there'll be like 3 people in the chat. I don't know. I have no idea how it's gonna
What
work.
else you gotta leave, man?
Wake up.
Oh, on the longest road trip ever.
Well, I'd like to say thank you, Dallas, for stopping here.
Thanks
in
for having me.
Northeast
Thank you,
Iowa.
Dallas.
Yeah, thanks for
I
having me.
appreciate it. What an honor.
I was
Very
thinking
much.
about making a video when I first came out to you with the GoPro, and I'm like, nah, fuck this. Just put it out to the side. Hey, what's up, brother?
Yeah.
You know, let's be cool about it.
Oh, it's been a good time.
And
Did I stop by?
Pecker will be
we'll
there.
have
It's
plenty
perfect
of
for his
time in
time
the
zone.
future to get the GoPro out and do a video.
We can definitely do something. I'm thinking, bring the GoPro to the No Name Nationals. I think you're gonna have a lot of content.
We're bringing like 3 or 4 of them.
We got a
Or
good color
three or four,
commentator right here.
Need an emotional safe space, someone to express your feelings to about everything you hate or upsets you. Let John Wilbert be your emotional support YouTuber. And then John says, Duddy,
I can
I
call
can
it an
call
airstrike.
airstrike if need be. The Dutch Whisper's laughing. All right.
Hey guys, we're out of here.
I'm Jabo from Bad Tree Productions.
I'm Blake from Bad Tree Productions.
I'm Dallas from Buick Tree
Buick Tree
Productions.
Productions? No
Buick
way.
what?
Mr. Rotter's neighborhood.
Oh, Mr. Rotter's neighborhood.
The chief and commander, the president of the AHRA,
El Presidente.
Man,
All right.
the only drag racing organization that you should help fund and become a member today.
the only one that cares about you.
Well,
Thanks,
we're all
everybody.
about
We're
the
out of
small
here.
guys in the garage making it happen.
Right
So
on.
become a member of the AHRA today.
Right. All right. Adios, folks. Thanks for stopping in.
See you later.
Thank you, everybody. Now we can just hang.